The Sports Hub of Joe Murray with you tonight until 11 o'clock. We got Skaz here, and it is a 4th and Friday reacting to last night's Patriots-Jets loss. And we will get into a ton of other stuff going on in the NFL tonight. I know there's some college games tonight. I know Skaz gets some action on one game. I'm looking at another. So we'll have that throughout the night today. Phone number here is 617-779-0985. It's Friday. I know some people are still reacting to last night's Patriots game. This is the place to do it. This is the spot to do it in town, right here. Only spot to do it in town, actually. But if you want to hang out and just let loose, this is the spot. If you just got a thought on anything at all, anything goes tonight. Anything goes. We're also on YouTube. What's up, YouTube fam? And, of course, you can watch us on YouTube right now. You just grab your remote and you hit, oh, I'm getting denied. Anyways, you just hit that little voice button and you say 98.5 The Sports Hub YouTube. Boom! Pops right up there. So you can join us right there. I worked post-game last night. So I wasn't able to be Hot Take Joe last night after the game. I had to kind of just sit there and talk about what I saw, and I'm going to be honest with you. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. This is the thing I want to. This is the thing I wanted to get off right off the bat. Just right off the bat. If you think about it, how are the Patriots going to get through the rest of the season and not stopping the blitz? How? Every game that they play going forward now, whether it's the 49ers and Nick Bosa, or if it's another team like the Dolphins or the Texans, which are your next 3 games. Your next 3 games. How is this team going to stop the blitz? How? How does this team stop the blitz? They can't. They won't. There is no hope for this offensive line. That's it. This thing's cooked. They're going to try to find the right pairing. They're going to try to find the right mix. You will be trying this now for 5 years. You can't fix this. It can't be fixed. It can't be fixed. The line is this bad, and it's been this bad for a long time. Whether you want to blame Bill Belichick for it, Elliott Wolf did it again this year. They prioritized other things over the offensive line. I will say this. Offensive line play is bad all over the league. It really is. The 49ers have a good offensive line, though. The Chiefs, say what you want about them, good offensive line. The Eagles have a good offensive line. All the top teams somehow figure out a way to have good offensive lines. The Patriots, though, it's been 5 years. It's been 5 years. We were just joking off the air, literally joking off the air. Think about the worst lineman of the last 5 years for the Patriots, and it would have been their best option at left tackle. Isaiah Wynn? Hell yeah. He'd be the best left tackle they have. Newhouse, remember that guy? Best left tackle they had. They can't fix this. They won't fix this. Don't believe it. Because Elliott Wolf told you he was fine with it and happy with it. I'm not. So, yes, Vidarian Lowe comes back. Yes, City So will come back. They're going to try to fix that. They're going to put Band-Aids on this line. But you can't stop the blitz. It's not even about who you have anymore. It's about other teams are going to blitz you all night long. So good luck to whoever the quarterback is. There isn't a quarterback in the league that could fix this. Not one in the league. And I'm going to say it because I've been saying it since June. I think this is the worst team in the NFL. I know what the Panthers are. I know what the Giants are. Their lines aren't as bad as this. They're not as bad as this. I don't think the Patriots are going to be able to fix it. Drake Maye will not be the answer this year. He won't be the answer. They want to talk about a development plan? That can't happen under this offensive line. And Brissett's not going to make it, just like Mac Jones didn't make it. I always thought the Patriots were this team. They are who I thought they were, Skaz. So I'm going to crown them.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were.
I'm going to crown them. They can't fix this offensive line. So I can give you a take on the game if you want, and we'll do it throughout the night. They can't fix this. 617-779-0985. That wasn't even my leadoff take tonight, guys. We were talking about crappy offensive linemen off the air, and I just went in and said, they're doomed. They're doomed. Your thoughts, if you want to push back on me, this is the spot to do it. Only place in town. 617-779-0985. Skaz is here. I'm Joe Murray. We're here until 11 o'clock tonight. Do want to get into just some of the things that happened. And I'm already looking ahead here. 10 days? 10 days to figure this thing out? Come on. It's not going to happen. We're on YouTube. You can call in as well. We're here all night till 11. I'm Joe Murray here on the Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
to correct the problems, or is this something that you start to need to look outside the organization to help find some fixes?
No, I believe we can correct the problems internally. It comes down to details, and we were not sharp on our details as a unit. And that's what the offensive line is. It's not just one person, it's a unit, and being able to see the picture out of the same set of goggles, and we just didn't do that last night. But I do think it's correctable.
Well, that's head coach Gerard Mayo who thinks it's correctable. I don't. You know why I don't? Because it's been like this for years. It's been like this for years. A lot of it's on the talent, don't get me wrong. And listen, I'm not going to go, Joe, I played offensive lineman roll on you here. Never played at a high level, but these guys can't even line up right. For real. The only way that this team can actually protect or run the football is when they go unbalanced with 6 offensive linemen. I bet you could look it up. Whenever that they go unbalanced, they have positive yards on almost every single play. But when it's just 5 guys, they don't have it. They don't have it. I actually thought Michael Onwenu was pretty good last night. But the rest of them were awful. And Caden Wallace, I don't think he sucks. I think he got picked on. Because he's playing left tackle in a game for the first time. He was a right tackle playing left. Oh, yeah, he's great at right. Like, think about this, right? Penn State had a star left tackle, Olu Fashanu, who's drafted by the Jets. Barely played last night. Really only played when Moses came out of the game, their big right tackle. But he was a stud left tackle. First-round pick, can't get on the field. But the third-round pick, the Patriots selected Wallace, who was a right tackle. They put him at left last night. He got completely picked apart. Picked apart so much, he got hurt playing out of position. They're not going to fix this. It's not correctable. Vidarian Lowe can come in. City So can come in. It can look a little bit better. It can. It can look better. They're still going to blitz you. You're still going to have problems. I don't think it's correctable. You could bring in whoever you want to be the coach of the offensive line, but there's a couple of things here I wanted to bring up. It's not so much the linemen and their talent themselves. I saw it last night in Jacoby Brissett's eyes. I saw it. I looked into his eyes last night. He's not making the calls at the line anymore because he's been getting the crap beat out of him. He's not. Last night, there was not a lot of audibles. He didn't, audible out of some play-action plays. I saw it in his eyes last night. He knew he was doomed. His ability to step up in the pocket, people are blitzing from the outside. He steps up, and then the pocket collapses. It's now a Brissett issue, too. It's not just the linemen. It's the running backs trying to help out a little bit too much. It's Hunter Henry going out for passes when they really can't have him go out because they can't block. It's so bad, I don't even want to do the X's and O's of it. But it's not just the linemen themselves. It's now Brissett. It's now the running backs. It's a major problem right now. And I don't think they can fix it. But I picked the Patriots to lose yesterday. Basically because the Patriots were on a short week with a new staff. So I had the Jets yesterday -6. Short week, you saw it, right? It looked bad. They were also dealing with injuries. They had, as we mentioned, Wallace and Michael Jordan playing left tackle and guard. They were without Juwan Bentley at linebacker. Another thing is there's this betting trend that I follow all the time. Whenever teams come off an overtime loss, and then on a short week, they only win 11% of the time. So that showed. They were blitzed consistently. They could do nothing offensively. Rodgers, give him credit, picked them apart and really just exposed them over the middle of the field. And they absolutely dominated the time of possession. And I can't say enough about the offensive line, who gave up 7 sacks. And Jacoby Brissett faced 57% pressure rate last night. It's the highest rate for a Patriots QB in a game since Cam Newton in Week 14 of 2020 against the Rams. Brissett looked like what we all thought he was. He's tough. He's doing the best he can. He missed Austin Hooper on a wide open pass down the sideline. And I'm sorry, but Drake Maye makes that throw. He also wasn't making changes at the line, as I mentioned, because he was absolutely handcuffed. The team got behind. They went away from the running game. They ran in week 1 for 170 yards, and in week 2 they ran for 180 yards and went away from that. Who do you blame? The defense got shredded by Aaron Rodgers. Backs ran the ball well. They were taxed from the offense, not performing. They missed multiple tackles. Jelani Tavai, his expanded role, not good. They still don't have a fourth corner. Alex Austin got beat last night. And if you watch, there's a video of him grabbing the T-shirt and pulling it. It's not how you tackle, bro. The Patriots have the fewest net passing yards through the first 3 games in the Super Bowl era. It's horrible. It's dinosaur level. 19 of 33 times the Patriots dropped back to pass. They gained 0 yards. That is 58% of the time. They were sacked 7 times. They lost 60 yards on sacks. The Jets blitzed Jacoby Brissett 40% of his dropbacks. It was their highest rate they've done under Robert Saleh. Brissett was pressured 8 of 10 dropbacks when blitzed. He took more sacks than he had completions. You got to blame Alex Van Pelt. Or do you? His game plan wasn't right last night. It wasn't. It wasn't a good game plan. But I think there is someone to blame here. It's Elliott Wolf. We'll let you hear his audio from the offseason again. We'll remind you of that. But Skaz, do you think that this can be patched up? Do you think it can get better? Do you think that the line can be better? I mean, it has to be better than it was last night.
Yeah, it has to be better. I'm with you on it can't be fixed, but it can certainly improve. Like, they get healthy. Caden Wallace puts in the right position, more reps. I'm sure he'll look better. That was an impossible spot for him last night. There's just no way you could have expected a rookie who's never played left tackle to excel in that situation. So I don't put any blame on him. And yeah, I'm with you on Van Pelt had a bad game plan, but I don't want to put the game on Van Pelt. Alex Van Pelt's offense, his scheme is predicated on running the ball, play action, deep shots when they're there, and that's kind of an impossible offense to run if you don't have an offensive line. So for me, yeah, Elliott Wolf is my number one takeaway from last night, that just he did not do his job in the offseason. He lied, Joe, I think plain and simple. He lied to us about the offensive line, or at least lied to us in his confidence in the offensive line. I just don't know how you can be a talent evaluator, a GM, and look at the pieces they had in place and say, yeah, that's good enough. So the biggest question mark after last night has to be Elliott Wolf.
I've heard people say, what were they supposed to do in the offseason? What do you tell those people today? Like, don't give me, well, who are they supposed to spend money on? Because I've heard it. I don't have the energy for that one, by the way. I just don't. Oh, who are they going to sign in free agency, Joe? Blah. Anyone. How about someone who's actually played left tackle? I mean, for real, Chukwueze Okorafor came here, played 12 snaps, and said, I'm out. I'm done. I'm done. This is a guy making $4 million. Gave up. Nope. Just think of that. Someone who could make $4 million this year said, no, I'm tapping out. They can't fix this. They can't. It's been going on for a long time. I'm not buying it. All right, you've heard enough from us. Let's hear from you guys. 617-779-0985. Let's start with John in the car. Hey, John.
Hey, how are you?
Good, man.
I look at this, and after the Seahawks game, and I just watched the line, and I'm saying, oh, my God, how is it that Kansas City has Thuney, who played for the Patriots, playing at a very high level. Cincinnati has Karras playing at a very high level. We didn't negotiate, didn't re-sign them. I think this comes back to Robert Kraft being an emperor who has no clothes, because it's worse than this, because when Logan Mankins tried to negotiate with them, they dispatched him. And it's funny that I think Logan Mankins is probably the only 5-time All-Pro not in the Patriots Hall of Fame. So I don't think fans should even buy tickets to the Patriots games, because I honestly think the management, executive management, it's thievery, because they're not making investments, and they systematically over the years have not made investments in the line. And you've got two disciples of Dante Scarnecchia out there who signed with other teams which were arguably playoff teams. One we were lucky to beat early in the year, but still well-regarded teams. And now, and oh, by the way, Welker's in that category too, another all-pro level person who isn't in the Patriots Hall of Fame. So I'm thinking, if you're a curmudgeon in any way, or you're a lineman, you're not really seriously thought of in the Patriots organization. And they've let this go just to nothing. And they deserve all of this. It's terrible.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it, man. They do deserve it all. They do. I mean, they missed on Isaiah Wynn. But he'd be the best one they have right now, Skaz, or their best left tackle. He played left tackle.
I just wouldn't use Logan Mankins as my talking point. Do you know how many seasons Logan Mankins played after he left the Patriots?
He had an ACL right after.
He played one season for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Wow. The only thing I'll say about Mankins was he played tackle in college, and they moved him inside to guard. And when I think Nate Solder missed time, he went and played left tackle like it was no big deal. He didn't miss a beat, dude. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. Those were the days. You could put a tuba player in at guard. You can get a wrestler off the street, right? You could have like Russ Hochstein and like guys who weren't undrafted just fit right in because it worked.
No, not because it worked, Joe.
Why?
Because they had Tom Brady. That's the answer.
So this is why I'm saying the line, it's not all the players. Like the fact that they don't have an actual left tackle is a problem. Like I'm not saying someone who can play it. I'm saying someone that actually was one. Like they don't have one on the roster. That's a big problem. But I was saying this earlier about Brissett. He's now so defeated. He can't relax at the line, and he was doing it the first couple of weeks. Last night, you know who saw this, by the way? Because I was here watching the game. Cerrone. I was watching him on Twitter. I was watching him. He goes, "Wow, Brissett's not even at the line doing it." And I'm watching him like, he's defeated. Did you see his eyes before? He was hitting himself backwards on a wall. His eyes were huge, like he took like sniffing salts. He knew, bro. Last night, he goes, he must have known it was bad. But when he missed that pass to Hooper, I went, like, that's an easy throw. That's an easy throw. But it's in his head now. He's breaking.
He missed the throw, but apparently, and I did not see this, but on the side angle, Hooper tripped running that route is what I heard.
Okay.
I have not seen the replay of that because Amazon is not a fan of replays, I heard, but apparently Hooper did trip while he was running that route. But yeah, that was your one opportunity, your one shot to, I don't know, at least give us some excitement, something to watch while they were moving the ball. And yeah, just when you're, that bad of a team, you have to make that throw. And Brissett didn't, but I think Jacoby Brissett is far down on the list of issues for the Patriots.
There's a lot going on, man. Lot going on here. We'll have the rest of it for you as we're here until 11 o'clock tonight. I see you guys on the phone lines. But first, We got to take a look at the Sports Hub headlines here. Let's do that right now.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Patriots fall 24-3 last night. Wasn't good. They now have 10 days off until they take on the 49ers. Some other NFL news today. A.J. Brown, Keenan Allen, David Njoku, just a couple players that will...
Joe Murray pre-party. It's Felger and Maz afternoons right now. Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
We're excited about our offensive line group. We're still working to find that the correct combination in there, and I think we have the pieces in place to be able to compete.
So you're confident that you can support any quarterback with the pieces you have in place?
Yes.
You sure about that?
Receipts, everybody. Back here, 98.5 The Sports Hub. It's Friday night. Hang out with us. I see people already in the chat. Ryan's in there. Jay Bucks, Stone, Bruins Luchador. What's up, bro? Paul Costa's in there. Who else we got? Oh, JP. And North Providence is in there. Grant, Kristen, Kerry. What's up, everybody? Super Joe. We're here till 11 o'clock tonight. Skaz is here. That was Skaz who did that at the end. And it's funny because I'm already looking ahead to like the 49ers and everything like that. Would you say the Patriots were the get-right game for the New York Jets last night?
Joe, unfortunately, I think the Patriots are going to be a lot of teams' get-right game this season.
And you nicknamed the Patriots.
They might be the get-right Patriots.
The get-right Patriots. Get it right. 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 Can you just play that clip again? Because I just need to just make sure that he was pretty confident at the time. Let's hear it again.
We're excited about our offensive line group. We're still working to find that the correct combination in there, and I think we have the pieces in place to be able to compete.
So you're confident that you can support any quarterback with the pieces you have in place?
Yes.
Okay, that was Karen Gregan with hi Karen, with a follow-up there. We should call Karen and have her on sometime. We'll just replay that for her because that was you who asked. You're confident. So confident that any quarterback, because he's confident in the right combination. You know, guys, I have combination codes I can't remember. You know, I try to log into our computer sometimes and I don't know the code. Whenever I'm like, I'm trying to log in here, I can't remember. This is the Patriots right now. They don't have the combination code. They don't have it. They'll tell you they're confident. I'm confident. I'm confident every day. You think I'm good at it? No. Not this time. I love this job. I don't mean by that. I just mean sometimes I can be confident, but I might not have the answers. It's a good way to live sometimes, though, you know. But not when you play football and you can't block. So a couple of things I wanted to get into. Just I have a whole rundown, and I haven't even started with it yet. But what was this game plan from Alex Van Pelt last night? What was this? He altered the run-heavy plan that the Patriots, again, the first two games, that just make sense. I need someone to make sense. Guys, it's a problem in my life when something doesn't make sense to me. I freak out about it. Like, if it doesn't make sense, I'm just like, what? Just make sense of me. For me, I need help. The Patriots in the first two games of the year ran for 355 yards. So why didn't they run yesterday? Why? I need an answer. You ran for 355 yards. But all of a sudden you want to start throwing the ball against a team that blitzed all over you? Why? Why?
I wish I had a concrete answer for you, Joe, but I don't. I think the fear is that they listen too much, that they hear the Pop Douglas isn't getting involved, that
1,000%.
the team isn't exciting, blah, 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 all the stuff, you know, what we do. And I think they how do you come away from that game and not think that they were trying to, you know, show us, we can pass it, we can do this, we can do that. And the first play of the game was one of the slowest play action developments you'll ever see. They get it off, Brissett gets drilled. It was not good. Not a good game plan.
If they just ran the ball and did what they did, at least we'd be like, it's the only way they can win, right? They have to do this. The Tennessee Titans did this for years with Derrick Henry. They had quarterbacks that finally, when Tannehill could throw the ball, they had a nice little team. They made a little run, right? But you're right. Because I said keep it simple, stupid was my big thing. Don't listen to Pop Douglas. Don't worry about the lack of production in the passing game. Don't emphasize pushing the ball downfield because that's everything you did, and it was a failure. Van Pelt's play calling overcorrected everything. The frustrated receivers, right? The back. It all backfired. Ramondre Stevenson had 2 carries in the first 2 possessions of the game. How? Brissett dropped back 7 times to pass. Why? He was sacked 5 times of those. Why? The Pats got into a track meet. They're not going to win that way. To play competitive football, they have to establish their identity, which is a run-first offense. It's not easy to figure out here. Van Pelt even explained the team's success running the ball the first 2 weeks led to him calling more play-action passing early. He said in hindsight he would have flipped that. What are you doing, bro? You just literally said you changed your game plan. Stupid. Another thing I wanted to bring up here. Ramondre Stevenson has fumbled in every game this year. I think the toll is starting to get on him a little bit. The Patriots' pass protection through 3 games is making it impossible to be productive in passing. There are some instances where I think the quarterback is to blame. But how many quarterbacks can survive this? Brissett was under pressure on 13 of his 23 dropbacks. 4 of those were quick pressures in under 2.5 seconds. There were several plays where multiple Jets were credited with causing pressure on single dropbacks. Even when they were open receivers downfield, Brissett didn't have the time to find them consistently. There were times where the blitz protection plans didn't make much sense. The Jets blitzed at the highest rate they have in the Robert Saleh era. I mentioned that already. But if the Patriots want to make their offense viable, they have to do something with pass protection. There are just way too many no-chance plays on tape. But Gerard Mayo said Jacoby Brissett remains the starter at QB. And Alex Van Pelt believes Drake Maye will benefit more from his number 2 role at this point. We did get some Maye watch last night. Here's a couple other things, and I see you guys lined up on the phone lines. On the defensive side, the Patriots plan to be more aggressive on defense. That didn't work. Versus Seattle, 69% they had a 69% offensive success rate. They averaged 13 yards per play. Last night, the Jets averaged 9.3 yards per play. They gave up 3 touchdowns in both those games. Should I mention Christian Gonzalez is ranked 114th out of 143 for defensive backs? Or do you want to continue to say how great he is? I do want to get into what's the difference between this year and last year. We'll do that coming up in just a bit. But Jim is in Rhode Island. Hey, Jim.
Hey, Joe. Yeah, I really like your show like that, right? You have a lot of good insight, and you tell it like it is. The reason that I'm calling, you're absolutely right with a lot of things. There's a lot of blame to go around, but I was more disappointed in the defense. I know the offense, we really can't expect too much, but I mean the defense. They were talking, because I was listening to 98.5, the sports of the morning show, the afternoon show, and they were talking about that this could be like a possibility of a top 10 defense or just out of the top 10 defense. What a disappointing ride that they've been to.
Well, can I mention something to you, Jim, though? The offense, right, is not doing any favors for the defense.
Well, that's very true. But I thought, right, Joe, right, that they would at least keep him in the games.
Well, I mean, 24 points should still keep you in games. You know, they gave up 23 last week in overtime.
Yeah, and
they gave up 10 in week 1.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just saw right when I watched the game, Joe, there was a lot of missed tackles, a lot of penalties on defense, and like you were saying, Gonzalez, oh man, he's gone from one of the best his first year. Rookie. I think he's been fine. And Jim, I appreciate your call. Thanks for the kind words, man. I think
Gonzalez isn't the problem, okay? He's played, 7 games in his career? Let's wait it out. He is going up against the best on the other team. I don't think it was awful, is all I'm saying. I just wanted to give you the rankings because he is giving up plays. Josh is in Alaska. Hey, Josh.
Hi, thanks for taking my call.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing well, really well. I've kind of felt like you guys were just mentioning this, though. I kind of feel like the coaching staff has been coaching via media. Like, what's the media saying? What's Bedard saying? And I love Greg Bedard, but I just feel like they're really trying to put their finger in the air, like, oh, what's everyone saying? Like, all the way, especially with Maye. I mean, it's like, I want to see the kid play. I mean, we knew. How could we not know what was going to happen with Jacoby Brissett? How come we keep saying, well, I don't really expect anything from the offense? What are we doing? You expect to win. I expect to win. I don't understand why I don't know. I don't get to be there in Boston and get to see the cool things that the team does for the community and this and that. I have to tune in to find out what's going on with my favorite football team. And I'm sick and tired of these guys getting their ass kicked.
And Josh, they haven't improved. And I appreciate the call, buddy. Thank you. No. Sorry, I mean, we're just up against it. Yeah, you're not here to see it. From afar, you thought things were better, and they're worse. They're worse. I see you guys on the line. John, Eric, I see you guys. We'll get to you guys on the other side. And what's the difference from last year to this year? And the Patriots broke a record, something that's never been done before last night. Something in NFL history, never done before. The Patriots did it. We'll tell you what that is coming up after this. I'm Joe Murray here on the Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub. Everybody knows Joe.
Just keeps getting better.
Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Olé! On the Patriots offensive line last night. Oh, you see that guy, Will McDonald, over there? He leads the league in sacks, but you know what? Just let him go! Olé! This is what they are now. It's like the riding of the bulls. They see one of them coming out, and they just say, hey, olé! This is the El Matador song, WWE, by the way, just in case no one got the reference. Olé! Patriots did something last night that has never been done in history before. I couldn't believe it. I had to look it up. That's how much I had to try to believe it. So, Optus Stats, they basically provide analysis and data like across all sports. They used to be stats by stats. The New York Jets did something last night that has never been done in the NFL, and it happened against the Patriots. They had over 400 yards of offense, over 40 minutes time of possession, no turnovers, no touchdowns allowed, and 7 sacks in a game. No other team in NFL history in the Super Bowl era has done that in one game. And it happened against the New England Patriots. 400 yards, 40 minutes, no turnovers, no touchdowns allowed, and 7 sacks. Leave it to Gerard Mayo, Alex Van Pelt, and the new New England Patriots. Or is it the new New England Patriots? To me, it's the same old Patriots. At least the Tom Brady-less New England Patriots. I hate doing that, Skez. I hate doing. I don't like doing that. You know why? Because people who aren't Patriots fans do that, and it pisses me off. I don't want to talk about the Patriots in a Tom Brady sense. Like earlier, you were like, "Yeah, Joe, it's not the line. It's because Tom Brady isn't here." You're right. I just don't want to hear it. You ever heard that in your life before? You're right, Skaz, but I don't want to hear it.
Yes, I'm very familiar with hearing that.
You're right, Skaz, but I don't want to hear it. Yeah, I don't want to. The Brady's gone, everybody. This is what happens when the greatest of all time leaves. This is it, like, right?
The frustrating part, though, is his departure is not all that recent. Like, we're years removed. We shouldn't still be doing the, Brady covered up these blemishes. These blemishes should be long gone. You should have new problems. This should have been a problem that was, a year or two,
Think about Brady. He played 3 years, won a Super Bowl. He took a year off. He's not with his wife anymore. And now he's doing broadcasting? A lot has happened since he's been gone. Same old Patriots. Who is the owner of the New England Patriots? I saw him last night on Prime. He was talking. He said some things. I think we should let people hear what he said if you didn't. Robert Kraft spoke last night. And is it really different than last year? We'll take more of your calls as well at 617-779-0985. I'm Joe Murray here on the Sports Hub.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, the Patriots.
Into the end zone!
Touchdown
for the Patriots!
WBC FM and HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines.
Patriots fall last night 24-3 against the Jets. It wasn't good. But Gerard Mayo says Jacoby Brissett's still the guy until he says he's not. Some other NFL news today, plenty of injuries. A.J. Brown out this week for the Eagles. Keenan Allen out for the Bears. David Njoku out for the Browns. T. Higgins, though, plans on playing on Monday night for the Bengals. NBA news today, Joel Embiid signed an extension with Philadelphia worth $193 million. And the Red Sox are in action right now, top of the fourth inning, no score. Headlines. They are brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. I'm Joe Murray. Next update, 30 minutes.
This is Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown turns the corner. Finger roll is up and good. Scoring the foul.
Listen to home of the Boston Celtics, 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Here with Patriots owner Robert Kraft. Now, you know Bill Belichick and Gerard Mayo have very different leadership styles.
You think so?
Just a little. In what
sure
ways
about that?
In what ways have you seen Mayo really install his own culture?
Well, look, Gerard learned a lot from Bill and, the technical background, but they're each special individuals. I've gotten to know Gerard over the last 15 years, and, I picked him 5 years ago to be our next. Very special. It's great to have the ability to train under Bill.
That was Robert Kraft, owner Robert Kraft, on Amazon Prime. Of course, when you stream, you never know how good the audio is, but all I heard there, this is the only thing I heard, was that he picked him to be the coach 5 years ago. That's all I heard. That's all I got. So I looked it up. Coaching career, Gerard Mayo, hired by the Patriots as the inside linebackers coach. That's all it says. I'm looking at that's all it says. So would that be 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24? So, wait, 19, 20, 21, 23, 23, 24. So it took him a year and a half to realize he was going to be the next head coach? What, the year Brady was gone? He was there Brady's last year in 2019, right? Right? Yeah. Oh, no, actually, he wouldn't have been. He would have been hired after Brady. Patriots announced Mayo as the 15th head coach in franchise history. That makes no sense to me. And I know that there was this report that he was the next in line and they had some sort of agreement and a buyout, et cetera, and they were supposed to be next year, not this year. It happened a year too early, blah, blah, blah. But, let me tell you, I found him 5 years ago. I'm the guy. As I'm petitioning to try to get into the Hall of Fame and my team sucks and hasn't been good in years, I picked him to be the next head coach. Taking all the credit against Skaz for being the genius of the New England Patriots.
Yeah, odd he didn't mention when he decided to hire Elliot Wolf in that little, minute-long clip.
Didn't hear that.
Also, though, why say that? Well, why say anything there?
Well, can we continue on? How about the quarterback situation and Drake Maye? What did the owner have to say about Drake Maye being selected third overall? Of course, we all know the story, right? Every time he talks about Drake Maye, do you know what I hear? Well, he came. I don't do a good Robert Kraft, by the way. I'd have to work on it. I can't. Let me see if I can work on it. I can't do it. Hold on. I'm going to try again. No. I'm not going to. I'm not going to do a Kraft. But every time he talks about him, it's always he came with his brothers and his girlfriend that he's been with since 7th grade. Every single time. It's like, I know the story, bro. Yes, a lot of people bring their family with them when they, get drafted. It happens. He's a special young kid, and he's so good that he brought his family with him. And What do you think of the kid? When's he going to play? When is he going to play? Well, let's hear it, guys.
He could be the future of this franchise.
Well, with all due respect, I wish I had the good judgment to do it, but we have excellent people. Elliot Wolf in combination with our head coach, but Elliot really made the decision, and there were 3 great quarterbacks in the draft, and the one we came to us, so I really excited. And you know what's amazing about him? His family's support. When we signed him, his 3 brothers flew with him, and his girlfriend from 7th grade when we gave him his jersey, and it was pretty cool. And he's really worked hard and has gained great respect. Part of that is the way Jacoby Brissett has worked with him at the same time.
Absolutely. Well, Patriots fans are certainly very excited about their new QB. And as always, thank you for your time.
I'm sorry?
Thank you for your time.
Oh, my honor. And thank you, Amazon. You're doing a great job.
We appreciate it.
The Amazon plug. Can't forget about that one. The quarterback that fell to us is the one we wanted. And Elliot Wolf did a great job. We did this all preseason long. Patriots won week 1, and everyone was surprised. They battled and went to overtime in week 2, and now everyone is a believer, and everyone bit the cheese. You bit the cheese. And I've said it, what's the difference from last year to this year? Last year, the Patriots battled with the Eagles week 1. They battled with the Dolphins week 2, and then they broke Mac Jones. Jacoby Brissett won week 1, battled week 2. Maybe broken week 3. What's the difference here? Here's another one where I ask, what's the difference here? Because when I look back, a lot of people didn't like the Matt Patricia, Joe Judge experience. So I looked it up, did some research, everybody. Through 3 games in 2022, Matt Patricia and Joe Judge, the offense scored 63 points. In 2023, with Bill O'Brien in the first 3 games, the offense scored 52 points. So, to me, the Matt Patricia experience that everyone craps all over and says was the worst thing that ever happened was better than the Bill O'Brien offense. So, what do you think? What do you think it is with Van Pelt? What do you think? Over, under 52? How about 39 points? So the first 3 games, 63 with Patricia, 52 with O'Brien, 39 with Van Pelt. It's getting worse, everybody. It's getting worse. It's not better. It's worse. They're not acquiring talent. High-end talent. The offense that has been putrid for the last 2 seasons that everyone wants to blame Bill Belichick for. They're even worse now. It's the fewest amount of points in the first 3 games of a season since 2000. They scored 40 points in the first 3 games of 2003 and 41 of the first 3 games in 2000. This is worse. The Patriots offense has scored fewer than 23 points in 32 of their last 37 games dating back to 2002. Mac Jones, first 3 games last year, he threw for 748 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Brissett, through 3 games, has 368 yards and 1 touchdown. And I don't see Drake Maye helping out the line. How's he going to develop? Brissett will break just like Mac Jones did. Since Tom Brady has left, the Patriots rank 29th in the NFL in TD passes, 28 in interceptions, and 25th in passer rating. It's awful. Your thoughts at 617-779-0985. John's in New Hampshire. Hey, John.
Hey, how you doing? Great show, Joe.
Thanks, buddy.
Before I get to my point, I just wanted to say I recently saw my girlfriend from 7th grade, and she'd probably be better left tackle than what they got going on right now. But what I wanted to say is,
go ahead.
I don't think it matters who's on the offensive line. These other teams, these other defensive coordinators, they're asking why, just like you. We don't have anybody who can beat anybody one-on-one. We don't have a quarterback that can throw it out there. They can blitz all day. They know we don't have the talent to beat them in those situations. And also the play calling. I mean, let's get an end around. Let's get a reverse going. Then let's fake that, take a deep shot. I mean, the other teams, they don't have to respect our offense at all. They can just run right up the middle at the quarterback. I mean, yeah, the offensive line is awful, but, you know, man on man, you're not going to beat that.
Yeah, I think that they need to just go back to running the ball, and that will open up the passing game. Like, I don't care what Pop Douglas is saying. Don't care about any of that stuff. Just set the tone of running the football. Set the tone. Then you'll be able to back off the blitz a little bit and make throws. But like last night, throwing on like the first 6-7 plays, what are you doing? Nick is in North Attleboro. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Joe. Love the show, man.
Thanks, bud.
Hey, I got a good stat for you. You know, last night when the Jets scored 3 touchdowns, that was the first time the Jets have scored 3 touchdowns in 3 games in a row in 35 years.
Wow.
So that's the Jets and also the Patriots that we're dealing with. But personally, as far as the quarterback situation goes, is Joe Milton ever going to factor into this? But as far as Drake May goes, I'm good with taking a redshirt year on him, a redshirt rookie year for him. Let him learn this new coaching staff. They're all mostly rookies. They got a longer leash, and we as fans should give them that and see how it goes. But don't put Drake May out there behind this line, especially not against a team with a pass rush like the Jets have. We just got to protect Drake, let him learn, let him grow. I think it'll pay off in the long run, and we should take a shot at another quarterback next year in the draft, 3rd, 4th, 5th round, something like that.
Yeah, I'm
Thanks.
I'm fine with that. No, I'm out on Joe Milton, though. I mean, Joe Milton's got a hell of an arm. How's he going to be able to throw the ball if they're going to blitz him? So, no, on that one. It's bad. It's bad, guys. I think Brissett's going to be broken, and they're going to have to go get a veteran at some point. It is not good. And it's, you know who they play next week? The 49ers. Let's do some May watch. Drake May did play last night. He took questions after the game. We'll tell you exactly what he did. We'll have all that for you coming up next. I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Commercial property owners want to increase your value, add a revenue stream, and attract new customers with minimal out of
Back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Drake May will be ready, everybody. He was certainly ready last night when they put him into the game for mop-up duty. Speaking of that, I was wondering at the time, were they just giving Brissett a breather? Or were they thinking about playing Drake May in week 4? I think it was a legitimate thing to mention. I did post-game last night with Leroy Irvin, and he said it right away. It's time for May. Play Drake May. And I immediately said, are you serious? Because he was. But, like, that would be like putting chum in the water for sharks. So, quick, I have a two-sided take here. You know, a 50-50 yes. You know, Skaz, this is a 50-50 no. I'll say this. In some weird way, I feel that the team would be better with Drake May at quarterback right now. I think he's more elusive. I think he can get the ball out fast. I think he's just a actual gunslinger who can throw the ball. Maybe he can relieve some of the pressure and the blitzes that the line is seeing. So I stand by that, by the way. I think he can. But how does he develop in that situation? He's not checking at the line. They really can't run anything exotic because he needs to take the ball under center at this point. They still want to run the football. Where is he developing? Where is he looking at the two safety set or this guy blitzing off the outside and, you know, coming up with some sort of hand signal to a receiver? There's not a lot of development in playing Drake May with this offensive line the way it is. That's why I don't play him. Okay? That's why I don't play him. But there is this thing about putting on a football helmet and going out there and playing ball. I'd like to just see it. But I'm not ready yet. And the question to Gerard Mayo today, who made the call to put Drake May in? Gerard Mayo said 100% my decision. But today it was Jacoby's our guy. So with 10 days to go here, Brissett's going to sit in the ice chamber for a little while. And maybe they look better against the 49ers. I don't know. If I was Michael Onwenu, whoever the left tackle, I would be scared. I don't even want to look at the 49er tape. They have pass rushers galore on that team. But as far as Drake May's performance, he said that he feels like he's ready, just like the Baywatch song. I'll be ready. He said that if his name gets called. When he talked about his debut, he said, can't take stupid sacks. May went 4 of 8 moved the ball downfield. He got sacked twice, got crunched once.
There's a little WWE move on him there.
Did you see that one? He got crunched. That was like a spear, right? That was like an edge spear almost.
That's suplexed.
Yeah. Oh, that was the other one too. Which one, by the way? There's two of them. He did move the ball downfield. Scrubs against Scrubs.
Scrubs playing prevent defense.
I completely agree.
And if you're going to argue for Drake Maye to play, don't use what he did in the last 4 minutes of a blowout against prevent defense and backups.
Can I push back on you for a second there? I think he got more out of that sequence than he would starting. I think he'd get more out of what he did in garbage time yesterday than playing behind this offensive line in the full game.
I mean, in terms of like looks and stuff like that, yeah, sure. But I think, if he's a starter, he's getting, a week's worth of reps, week's worth of preparation, stuff like that.
But his body type, he couldn't take 7 sacks in a game.
No, he could not take the beating. Jacoby Brissett's probably still sitting in the ice bath right now.
Just to mention another name, because at some point they're going to have to bring a veteran in. I look back at Zappe. Although everyone thinks he stinks, he did it behind this team last year. He would get absolutely killed playing here. He's too small. I'm more worried about Drake Maye's development than putting him out on the field to get hit. But it is interesting. If you saw his debut, he nearly got intercepted. Had a nice little handoff. There was a nice little pile driver. Another handoff. Screen pass that went nowhere. Another handoff. Pass that went behind the line. He was sacked again. Another handoff. Wide receiver screen. He did have that little scramble. Incompletion. Took a big hit on another incompletion. Missed Douglas, who, by the way, alligator arms. He was scared at that point. Then had the 15-yard completion, then was sacked and lost his helmet.
It was a hospital ball, though, to Douglas.
Yeah, no. Douglas,
it was a business decision,
yeah.
but it was a hospital pass.
Yes. I agree with you on that one. But Alex Van Pelt today said he's encouraged for Drake Maye's future. That encouraged after that, Skaz. Man. Drake Maye, though, he's going to start at some point. I don't know when. I don't know if it's right now, though.
It certainly shouldn't be against the San Francisco 49ers. I do not want to see Drake Maye out there with Fred Warner and Bosa running at him. I'm all set on that.
It's not going to get better. It's not going to get better. I want to see that 6'9", 400-pound guy, though. Like, just put him there. Let's just see. What do you get to lose? Hell, I'll throw
Can't look any worse, right?
I'll throw on a chin strap if I got to. You know what I mean? I'm kidding. But that guy's 6'9", 400 pounds. I'm in on that. In on 6'9", 400 pounds.
That's a big boy.
We got in or out coming up in just a little bit. In on big boys. I need a big boy. I need a big boy to play left tackle. Josh is in Attleboro. Hey, Josh.
Hi, Joe. Thank you for taking my call. So the greatest two quarterbacks in the past 25 years both sat for their first year, with Patrick Mahomes only playing that final game. Enough said. This team cannot support Drake. The line cannot support Drake Maye. Sit him for the entire year. I don't want to see him start one game.
I agree with that. So you're right. Okay. How does Drake Maye develop? Because that's the key. He's not going to be able to develop playing on at least in games at this point.
Learning how to play in the NFL under the coaches that he's working under, on the practice squad, or with the second team, the first, whatever it's going on, it's going to take place at practice. That's how Tom Brady learned in a league where you could take the quarterback's head off.
Josh, I agree with you. We're on the same page, bro. The people who are clamoring for Maye, though, they need someone ahead of Maye on the depth chart, so we can't have this thought of him actually playing. That's what they have.
Sign a veteran. Don't put him out. Don't put him out there to go Don't put him out there to get Joe Burrow don't put him out there to get killed. Just sit him for the year. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks, John. That's what you said, right, Skaz? Joe Burrow?
Yeah, you definitely don't want him to get Joe Burrow. But on the Brady thing, I've seen other people mention this too, where Brady talks about how, he believes in rookie quarterback sitting, which is great in theory. But when Tom Brady was a rookie backup quarterback sitting,
he was the fourth string.
It was also a much, much different NFL. The NFL offseason was very different. The NFL
longer.
practices were very different.
Year-round.
You were allowed these two-a-days and contact practices and guys playing actual football before the football season started. Nowadays, nobody plays real football until the season actually starts. So I get it. I'm on board with Drake Maye sitting. I think that is the right decision, but acting like he's going to grow and learn the same way guys did 20-something years ago, it's not realistic. That's not how teams practice anymore. It's just not how it's done.
Yeah. The Mahomes thing I'd probably push back a little bit too, because
they were a good team that had Alex Smith.
Yeah, Alex Smith was good.
Yes. Alex Smith was very good for years.
And as a model, they were like, all right, Alex Smith's good, but we still need some long-term quarterback here. Like, next year, Skaz, I hope the Seahawks do this. Geno's good right now, right? He's good. But don't they need someone long-term? I know they have
Sam Howell.
But, maybe that's their plan for now. But I look at them as someone that maybe they jump up and get a Quinn Ewers. I don't know if they can do that. But Shedeur Sanders, Quinn Ewers, one of these names, maybe even a Dylan Gabriel, who knows? But taking a shot, that's what Kansas City did. They took a shot on Mahomes. It worked. But it only worked. They let him play the final 2 games of the year.
Jordan Love,
well, he sat for a while, but it was more because of...
But I'm just talking about taking a shot, though.
Yeah, yes.
You take a shot.
They took a shot on Love. And
the Patriots aren't in position to take shots. They're taking guys.
Yeah. You know what really sucks, though? You're right. Everything you're saying is right. And we got to go to break, but the long thing is this. They're tanking on the season, guys. They're tanking on the season. They don't have a line. Brissett's a nice guy, and he's tough. And they want to rely on their running game, which, Gibson and Stevenson, I think, can do the job. But now I look at Stevenson and I say, is he now getting too many reps and too many hits and now fumbling the football? That does happen to guys who get a lot of reps, right? So they're punting on the season, bro.
Yeah, and we did a lot of left tackle talk in the offseason, joking that, we're just going to be doing left tackle draft talk in 5 weeks. And it was, 9:45 last night scrolling through Twitter, and you start to see the Patriots hype videos for left tackles. So 3 weeks into the season, we've reached the left tackle hype videos for the upcoming draft. So not exactly a place you want to be.
Yeah, CBS Sports 25 minutes ago. Panthers, number 1 pick, Quinn Ewers. Giants, number 2 pick, Carson Beck. Patriots, number 3 pick, Kelvin Banks. The big old tackle from, I believe, Texas?
I think he did, but I think the one I saw was the kid from LSU. That's the hype video I keep seeing.
Will Campbell's one of those guys. There's a few tackles. But yeah, I saw that one last night too. LSU has 2 guys that probably could start right away in the NFL. What are your thoughts on Joe Alt?
He looks good. I'd still take the quarterback over him, but yeah, he looks good.
So I also wanted to take Drake Maye, but my other guy was Joe Alt. It was, hey, if you take Joe Alt, I understand.
But just on Joe Alt, Justin Herbert looks good. They look more competent.
He's got a high
He has a left tackle.
Oh yeah. He's got one. Harbaugh's come in there and let's find out what happens. Elliott Wolf. Who was the guy who hired Wolf, though? Who was that?
Was Elliott Wolf hired 5 years ago, or did they have the idea to hire him 5 years ago?
Here's the other thing. I don't think Wolf got the job until the season started, right? So technically, they had a guy making the decisions on the team where it wasn't his job and thought the line was good. And they bid on it, and they signed him.
He was excited for the offensive line.
Oh, woof. We got to get a headline here. I see you guys on the phone lines as well. And, oh, man, I don't think they can fix this, everybody. If you think they can, we're here for it. On a Friday night, we just did some May Watch. You got some matchups this week, guys, we can go over?
Why not? And, that'll be the nice part about Sunday. You just get to watch the rest of the league.
Let's do that. Coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Patriots lose 24-3. It wasn't good. They're off now until next Sunday when they take on San Francisco, and Jacoby Brissett will be the quarterback. There are plenty of players not available this weekend. A.J. Brown, Keenan Allen, David Njoku.
real smart hair.
Quick, smelly.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
All right, back here, 98.5 the Sports Hub. I know Skaz wrote an article this week about the Week 3 big matchup, so we'll get into that in a minute. But Connor's been holding. He's in Natick. What's up, Connor? Connor. Hey. What's going on in Natick these days, man? Okay. He was holding. I don't know. I tried to go to him. I didn't want him to wait on hold. I don't like to make people wait. People are talking about making in the chat tonight, guys. People are coming up with play calls that the Pats could do, you know. And I brought up the Little Giants. I don't know if you remember. They had the little play there, and everyone's now bringing up other movies like Ladybugs. All I know is I got a lot of balls. Rodney Dangerfield. I miss him. I think we all do. Even when I watch Caddyshack to this day, I still want the bag that he had with the golf clubs. To this day. Benny must have been... Connor fell asleep. It must have been the frozen pizza. Oh, I got a lot on that one this week, by the way. I still have people writing to me, hey, Joe, come here. Oh, Connor's back, huh? Let's just go to him. Hey, Connor.
What's up, Joe?
You fall asleep on me?
No, I had you on mute. I had her on speaker on mute.
What's up?
So I got a Drake May take.
Drake
Best drive of the game. Okay. Easily. Best looking drive of the game. Mayo's strategy, tossing him in 4.5 in the fourth. Horrible decision. If that's what coaching's going to be, we get a bigger problem than what's going on the offensive line. I'll tell you that much for free. And Brissett, after May's got to watch him get mauled, he's going to throw him out there too. I think the best option is not the best option, but maybe throw him out to start against the 49ers just to test and see what he's got. But other than that, sit him because he looked nervous. That's all I got.
So short leash Brissett?
What's he giving to you? Is he giving you anything? I mean, May put together the best drive in that game and still got his helmet knocked off, got sacked twice. He's got nothing. Brissett's got nothing.
All right,
he's making bad decisions. He's pump faking when he should be throwing the ball.
All right, dude. You didn't like that call, Skess.
No, I think Jacoby Brissett is far down. Jacoby Brissett is a fine NFL quarterback. You could have had just about anybody in the league behind that line last night, and they weren't winning that game.
I actually don't think anybody could have won that game. You know, like let's just say Tom Brady, for example.
Might have been better off having like Vic or like Cam Newton back there in his prime.
I at least think Brady would be like, hey, Wallace, move your ass up. Like, hey, Michael Jordan, contain inside gap. If they stunt on you, move to the other gap.
Can I give you an issue I had with bringing May in that late, other than just bringing him in at all, was how they handled it late. If you're going to put him in and give the kid a chance, use your timeouts. Call the timeouts.
On a third down, he was scrambling and didn't know what to do, and they never called timeout.
Never called.
They had three of them.
You had 3 timeouts. Mayo, after the game, saying, we thought it was a really good opportunity for him. Well, then give him the opportunity. It's the same thing like them at the end of the first half against Seattle. They just don't know what they want to do. They couldn't decide if they wanted to, run out the clock, try and get a couple first downs and score. They end up punting it away. Seattle comes down and gets 3 points. It's just... make a decision.
They wing everything. They're winging it. Like, guys, we prepare for a show. We write a rundown out. We send articles all day long. We say, hey, we were just about to go around the NFL, right? But then callers came in, and now we're scrapping the segment. But you can check out Skaz's big games this weekend. What's the big one that you got? Colts, Ravens, Cowboys?
Yeah, Ravens, Cowboys is probably the big one. Texans, Vikings, I think should be a pretty good game. Lions, Cardinals, two of the best offenses in the league. But yeah, I think the for sure big one is Ravens at the Cowboys. Can the Ravens figure it out?
All right, and be sure to check out all our articles. We have the Week 3 matchups. Myself and Lifshats did a podcast. We have our Week 4 college football, Week 3 NFL picks. And our intern Joe helped out with a BC article regarding Boston College, who plays Michigan State this weekend in the red bandana game. We're going to talk to John Sarianides later about that one. Get his thoughts. We do have in or out coming up in a minute, but Kendall is in North Carolina. Hey, Kendall.
What's going on, Joe? How y'all doing?
What's up, bro?
All right. First, I appreciate y'all having me on. And secondly, watching the game last night, I knew after we got that penalty on Jelani Tavai when he threw Breece Hall down, I knew right then what type of game it was going to be. I knew it was going to get ugly. I actually thought we was going to compete and be a close game, like a 16-13 game, something like that. But as the night went on and we got to the game and the penalties and the missed, especially when I knew it was the end when he threw him down with the necessary roughness call. And it seemed like everything just went south from there. You agree with that?
I do, but you know what? When they missed the field goal before the half, it was still 14-3. You were getting the ball. You could have tried to establish the run and tried to keep the ball out of Rodgers' hands. Well, if you score there somehow, some way, it's 14-6. It's still a one-possession game. What if you scored a touchdown? It's now a 4-point game, right? So I feel like coming out of the half, they made no adjustments, and they could have tried to just pound the ball to get away from all the sacks they were having. So I just feel like the game plan to start the game and then out of the half were bad, and this is the third straight game where they've been really bad out of the third quarter.
I mean, are you surprised that they are 1-2 right now? Because I
had them 0-3.
Oh, you had them 0-3?
Yeah, I have them as the worst team in the league, but I don't think they're going to be as bad as the Panthers, though.
But I will say this before I get off. I can see them. Now, don't call me crazy, but I can see them next week coming off like a 10-day layoff or whatever it is, and going to San Francisco next week around 4 o'clock or whatnot, the evening game. I can see them competing, and maybe, I'm calling them right now, maybe upset because San Francisco deals with a lot of injuries. But I can definitely see them going into San Francisco, coming off an embarrassing loss, and maybe upsetting San Francisco next week. That's something I can see.
Ooh, I don't know, Kendall. Kyle Shanahan versus Gerard Mayo. Who's got the matchup in that one? I'm still scared of the Boses. I know one's on another team, but I'm scared, and I would be scared. Hey, you know what we got coming up next? In or out? We'll do that next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub. Mike and Bertrand get you through the midday, Joe Murray gets you right through the night.
I actually spoke with women today.
On the Sports Hub.
Are you in or out? Gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best. Success is to the house, and I can be like, hey, buddy. Pizza's here. Pizza.
Yeah, you're ordering food. Maybe you're a little low on dog food. You don't want to run out to the store. You're about to order dinner. Just throw a dog pizza on there. Why not?
I mean, instead of the Purina Chow, why don't we go with the Cuisina Chow, you know? And who doesn't want to help their dog with a pie?
Yeah, why wouldn't you want your dog to have a Friday night pizza?
Okay, years ago, I rescued a pit mix. Very smart dogs. Very smart. They went to the window to bark, and I went to look outside. The pizza was on the counter. Next thing I knew, dog ate pizza.
You got got.
I was pissed. Like, pissed. How do I yell? And the other thing was, what do I say to the dog?
No.
No. What else we got?
All right, Joe, we got an interesting story, not from the Bosa that the Patriots will be seeing in a week, but from the other Bosa, the Chargers Bosa. He was on a podcast with former Patriot Chris Long. I believe the Green Light podcast is what it's known as. He revealed that Jim Harbaugh, who we all know is kind of a quirky fella, you could say, that they have caught Harbaugh multiple times in the ice bath, fully clothed. We're talking khakis, belt, vest, shirt, everything. Just getting in the ice bath with his whole getup on. Joe Murray, are you in or out on getting in an ice bath fully clothed?
Have you ever sat in a cold plunge before?
Yeah, like once or twice, yeah.
It's tough with no clothes on.
So I think that's like the point, though.
Well, I've done it with shorts on. Okay? But you know why I'm in on this? Because you're going to have to wash the clothes anyways, and you might have sweat in the clothes all day. So instead of like exposing your body to the cold water, why don't you just roll in there with the clothes you wore and then get out, take off all the clothes, put them in a dryer or a washer, take a shower, put on new clothes, you're good to go. Why take it off, bare the bare skin? The bear. The bear. So I'm kind of in on this one, but is it ridiculous? Absolutely.
It's so Harbaugh. It's so Harbaugh.
We used to ice our arms when we played baseball, and I would sit in this like ice tube thing, but we did not have like, you know, I didn't wear like a sling on my arm or sleeve, you know what I'm saying? Cold plunge though? You know what's weird? You know, like some people love hot tubs, right? Well, sometimes I go to a hot tub, it's too hot. So if I wore something, like I don't know, I know socks doesn't really make sense, but if I put socks on my feet and put it in the hot tub, it would not be as hot as on my skin. You get what I'm saying? It's ridiculous that it's Harbaugh, okay?
Yes, but
I'm in.
Ice baths are also one of these like new fads that I don't think anybody knows anything about.
Yeah, I got a buddy who owns a company.
Well, I'll
called Cold Plunge.
Keep my thoughts to myself then.
Yes. And Syracuse just scored a touchdown, just in case you're wondering. 67-yarder.
Yada. All right, it wouldn't be a Joe Murray show if we didn't head to the world of fast food at least once, and this time it is not for dog food, Joe. Wendy's is reportedly set to release 3 new flavors of Frosty Sundays.
All right, let me get my pencil.
Joe, they are going to release a Marshmallow Charms, Lucky Charms Sundae.
Oh, Lucky Charms.
An Oreo Chocolate Lovers Sundae. And a classic Strawberry Sundae Frosty. Joe Murray, are you in or out on Wendy's new Frosty Sundays?
And you know what's so great about a Frosty? Is that it's plain, right? It's chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. Now they're getting into the game. A little bit of Lucky Charm with a little marshmallow in there. In. A little Oreo in their chocolate. In.
Hey, Joe, we will end
Can
with...
I dip my French fries in them?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I see no reason you can't do that. We'll end with this one, Joe. I don't know if you're familiar with the New York Mets this season and what's been going on with them and their relationship with Grimace, the McDonald's mascot.
Yes.
So Grimace showed up at a Mets game. The team went on a big winning streak. They have since gotten into the playoff race. I believe they have a 2-game lead on the Braves now for one of the wild card spots. So the Mets, to honor Grimace and the team going on a run, have put up one purple chair in the stadium. It is the Grimace chair. It's akin to Ted Williams in the red seat. Now we have the purple Grimace seat in New York. Joe Murray, are you in or out on Grimace's chair?
In. What do you get? Like free Happy Meals for life?
I don't think you get a damn thing other than a purple seat, Joe. Like I sit where my Red Sox, the pack we've gotten for, my dad's gone for 30-something years, is in the Ted Williams row. It is that row, section 42, row 37. You don't get anything if you're in the red seat. I've never sat in it. We're on the other side of the row, but it's just a seat. Just a different painted seat.
Hey, I'm in the Grimace seat, man. I'm in. Give me the Grimace seat.
Why not?
Is there but there's no Ronald or Hamburglar.
I have not seen any other McDonald's characters getting seats.
I could see like the New York logo with just Grimace's face. That'd be cool. That's different.
It's baseball. I'm never going to fault a baseball team for doing, anything creative. It's a long season. Do whatever you got to do.
Agree.
We've gotten some very angry baseball hours the last couple weeks.
Last Friday and today were funny.
Yes, last Friday and this Friday. Very funny.
We have a jock lounge that's like 3 rooms over, and we can hear them yelling. And it's like a soundproof studio, yet we can hear them.
A very angry baseball hour.
So I feel like we need more of those 3. More Tyler, Matt, and Tony. I'm in on that. Like maybe one less hour of Felger and Maz, one more out. I'm kidding. Anything else?
That is going to wrap up a Friday night edition of In or Out.
All right, well, I'm going to be on the lookout this weekend for In or Outs. By the way, real quick, controversial. You know what? I'm going to save it for musings. That's a tease.
It's a big market tease right there.
Oh, big tease. All right.
If we're teasing things, Joe, after musings, I have a small piece of audio for you that you have not heard yet. That I don't know if you'll enjoy it, but I think you'll get a laugh out of it. I'll say that.
All righty. Well, let's go back to that Elliott Wolf quote from this offseason. Let's do that coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
WBZ-FM and HD Boston. Patriots! It's an all-new season for the Patriots.
Wow.
And you'll hear it all right here.
Yes.
Your home of the past. 98.5 The Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, what's going on right now? Red Sox lead the Twins 1-0 right now. Bottom of the 6th inning, Trevor Story an RBI single in this one. Dick Fitz, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 80 pitches. He did not give a run in his first 3 starts. Hasn't been done since last year. But very good. Patriots lose last night, 24-3. Jacoby Brissett still the starter. Team takes on San Francisco next week. Some NFL news. A.J. Brown's out. Keenan Allen's out. David Njoku's out. T. Higgins plans to play on Monday. Jordan Love hoping to play for the Packers, while Justin Herbert said today he's dealing with a high ankle sprain. And Joel Embiid got an extension worth $100 million. Actually, a high $193 million. Headlines are brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. I'm Joe Murray. Next update soon.
Here we go.
Boom. I win.
Kaboom.
Yeah. It's so funny.
We've got a passion for Boston sports.
Get angry.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
We're excited about our offensive line group. We're still working to find that the correct combination in there, and I think we have the pieces in place to be able to compete.
So you're confident that you can support any quarterback with the pieces you have in place?
Yes.
All right, back here at 98.5 The Sports Hub. That was Elliott Wolf. Happy with the offensive line. So, guys, have you ever heard that there were 9 offensive tackles available in free agency this year? You heard that at all?
I believe I've heard that mentioned once or twice, Joe.
Mm-hmm. And there's people that were like, none of those guys would have signed here. None of those guys would have played here. They wouldn't have been a good blah. So Tyron Smith was probably not going to sign here, right? How about Trent Brown? He was done. Well, Michael Onwenu did sign here. How about Mekhi Becton? He decided to go to the Eagles. How about Jermaine Illuminor? Had him before, right? I think he can play. More of a right tackle, but I think he can play. They still have that guy, Donovan Smith. Is it Donovan Smith? The other tackle? Cam Fleming still available. Anybody want him? I heard how many times the Patriots, none of those guys would have came here. None of that would have happened. No, do you think that they couldn't sign these guys or they didn't want the guys, Skaz? Because they did sign a guy named Chucks. My bit that didn't even make it 12 snaps. I wanted to do a bit this year whenever Chuks Okorafor made a penalty. We could just do a segment called Chucks or Chooks. And he didn't even make it after 12 plays. He tapped out. But I'm so tired of this argument. They suck. They don't have a left tackle. The line is inexcusable that it's here right now. It's been how long? How long? How long? Oh, do not defend them. Please, don't defend them anymore. Stop. Stop defending them for what they don't do anymore. Stop defending them for what they don't do. Stop. Don't enable the Patriots for what they don't do. You know what's embarrassing? Looking at how much cap space they have, and they have no offensive line. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It really is. Elliott Wolf will tell you we're happy with what we got, and any quarterback can fit in here. They're going to get blitzed every single week now for the rest of the year. The game plan is out. How does a guy who's in his first year as a coach around this? What, Van Pelt's supposed to get better here? It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Oh, Jonah Hill wouldn't have signed him. Blah. What did I say, Jonah Hill? What was his name? Jonah Williams? Might as well be Jonah Hill. Well, Jonah Williams. Oh, I hate that one. Rajib's in California. Hey, Rajib.
Hey, I know all this talk about the offensive line, and I know that Dante Scarnecchia retired, but, I mean, back in January 2020, right, so right before Brady retired, he also retired, and do you think there'd be any chance of him sort of coming out? Because it seems like, as you said, like if Brady was in there, at least he would direct people like, hey, fit in this gap or fit into this gap, and it seems like we had much bench line.
Do you know why I think he won't, Rajib?
What's that?
Because he wouldn't do that to Bill Belichick.
Good point.
I mean, do you think he wants to come back to this?
Well, no, not to this, but I feel like we could benefit from somebody like him,
Who?
Scarnecchia, as opposed to...
No, I'm saying who else besides...
Oh, I have no idea, yeah.
I mean, they brought in Scott Peters, who's a pretty good mind. He's just...
Well, he's just, in his fourth year in the league, right? So I have no idea about his background, so...
I mean, Adrian Clem didn't work. That was really bad. This is worse. And then Belichick.
And then another quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
On Monday Night Football, when the Eagles were playing the Falcons, and it was a 2-minute warning, and they had a 3rd and 1, and Atlanta had an encroachment penalty. I saw in the Manning cast that Manning was like, "Don't take it," don't Eli, and Eli was like, "Why not?" So what was the reasoning for that? Was that because there would have been a rundown?
You would have got the ball back in order to go for it again on third down. If they accepted the penalty, they wouldn't have been able to run the clock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, I was kind of confused now. I'm like, well, they'll get the first down and still continue to play, and they eventually, he ran for a yard and then got the first down, and the clock went on. But all right, thanks, appreciate it.
No problem. Benny is on the line. Hey, Benny.
Hey, what's going on, Joe? How you doing, man?
What's up, buddy?
Just crush some Oreos.
Oreos?
Are you an Oreo person?
I love Oreos.
What's your minimum? Do you do like a whole row or a row and a half?
I'll eat a whole. There is.
Let's leave.
Here's the deal, Benny. There's no limit, bro. It's like, what's that song? No limit. There's no limit.
I have to force myself to put them back in the pantry, or else I'll just finish the whole damn bag.
You know what I do is, I have big hands, so I can grab. I'll eat a sleeve without knowing.
Oh yeah. I just watched you crush the sleeve. But anyways, obviously, I think you replied to my email. You know how I felt about the offensive line, but like going forward, do we just run like 6 linemen the entire time?
That's the only success they've had.
It's ridiculous. And also, on a brighter note, Celtics practiced a week early. I was telling those guys that got me excited. Like they're just focused, man. I can't wait for the season. They feel like they don't feel like they're going to be lazy this year. If they're coming back a week early to practice, got me excited. And I need to talk about the Celtics because rewatching that Patriots game I wanted to just poke my eyes out.
Well, the other thing too is potentially no Swayman for the Bruins, right? So like that's going to be like the storyline there.
Yep.
And then the Patriots, whatever. The Red Sox are probably going to be out of the playoffs, and it's like, well, what do you want to talk about? And it's, can the Celtics repeat? Although the ownership thing is going to be on the back burner.
Yeah, I wonder how that's going to affect them going forward.
I don't think it will. You know why? Because guys made this point. Everyone's locked up. So it's like, at least everyone, if something does happen, at least personally they're settled. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's a good point.
But, if they have to go play somewhere else, it's just a business, but at least they got their money, right?
Yeah, and Bruins, what do you want the Bruins to do with Swayman? Do you want them to eventually sign them? Or like what do you
Yeah, I want them to come to a deal. I think they need to move a little bit. I think they need to move. It's happened because they went to arbitration with him, and he's upset about it, so now he's treating it like a business.
Yeah, and they should have, you had to have that feeling beforehand. That shouldn't be, you shouldn't be blindsided by that.
Don't trade Allmark until you get this thing done.
Yeah. It makes zero sense.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Benny. Thanks, man.
Appreciate you guys.
That's a story for another day, guys, but why did you trade Allmark? Never mind. Just another day. Hey, we're going to talk to John Sarianides, Dr. Football, New England Football Journal. Do that next here on the Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way.
Revise.com.
Around here, we call them the Joe Murray pre-party. It's Felger and Naz afternoons right now. Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
All right, back here at 98.5, the Sports Hub. It's Joe Murray. Got Skaz here as well. We're here till 11. Let's go to the Volkswagen Dealers Expert Hotline. Let's talk to John Sarianides. He is from New England Football Journal. He's joining us here on 98.5, the Sports Hub. And, John, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you on this Friday evening?
Well, I'm just telling all of Boston that the offensive line's not going to get fixed.
It is not. So, I would agree.
So, all right, John. Okay, I never played offensive line at the NFL level, okay? But I played right and left tackle before. I understand left tackle in the NFL is a completely different beast. But they don't have anyone on the roster that's ever even actually been a left tackle, which I blame Elliott Wolf for that. But what is going on here? Like, I need like a coach's, like a real just coach breakdown of what they're not doing right. Is it take talent aside. Are they not lined up right? Or is it too much spacing when they check in? Is it they're not low enough? Is it the hands? Is it the speed? What the hell is going on with the offensive line issues right now?
Well, first of all, I think you hit the nail on the head with what you just said. They don't have a left tackle on the roster. It isn't just a gaping hole. It's the Grand Canyon. So you don't have a guy on the roster that's actually a left tackle, a legitimate left tackle. And look, I was one of the first people to say when they drafted Caden Wallace that I thought he could play over there. But I also said that the length could be a problem. While I thought he was physically capable of doing it in terms of his handwork and his footwork, I thought that if he went up against edge guys that played in wide 5 techniques, he could have some problems. You saw it last night. He struggled with Will McDonald. He struggled with Clemens. It was not a good night for him. Schematically, part of the issue is, Joe, NFL offensive coordinators are stubborn. They want to get 4 to 5 guys out on every play. And the problem is they don't help a guy like Caden Wallace, who obviously could have used it last night. I mean, the Jets had 7 sacks. Will McDonald at 2.5. But the reality is, this is the game where you help him by aligning a tight end as a wing, and he gets a piece of him and check releases. This is where you use a back to that side. This is where you slide the protection from the uncovered guy on to Caden Wallace's side and maybe lock the tight end in, and now you have a 2-on-1 to that side. So, look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I know more than Alex Van Pelt or Scott Peters. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is this high school, small college coach, those are my solutions. Those are my answers to their problems. I would like to see them do something like that to help that position, because even last week, I mean, before he got hurt, Verdarian Lowe struggled mightily in that game. They're not helping these guys schematically. You're not going to fix it on the personnel side. There isn't anybody walking the street right now that you can bring in that's going to be better than what you have. But you can try to help these guys from a scheme standpoint. And I don't know, Joe, I don't understand for the life of me why they're not doing it.
So I know this might not be great for radio, but I'm trying to let listeners know that everything you're making as far as these points go, I feel like they're too wide on their check-in. Like we used to go toe to ankle back in the day, right? Or the other, it's too wide, in my opinion. And the other thing is now they're seeing stunts and blitzes, so they know where it's coming from. So they go there first, then they know the next guy's there, but they're already set up on the third read. Like they were picking on Caden Wallace last night. He's protecting the inside. He finds the second guy, but then someone else comes through a gap that he's not fast enough to get over because he's not a left tackle. And what happened? He got hurt because he played out of position. You're right. I think they need to go back to being tight and try to find the right combination. They keep saying that combination. No, how about you go back to high school, college basics and line these guys up a little tighter?
Yeah, well, there's that part of it, but I don't think they're doing enough to help them, and I think that's the issue. You've got to help them schematically. You got to help them with your formations. You got to help them within your pass protections. They're not doing that. And again, a local high school coach shouldn't be telling them that. They should know that. They should know that. Let's be honest here, Joe. Does it really matter with this receiving core if you get the extra receiver out or not? No, it doesn't. Because you have a collection of 2s, 3s, and 4s on this team. There is no alpha at the receiver position that you've got to put that guy in your route progression on every pass play. There just isn't. So I don't think they're helping them in that regard. But the other thing is I don't think the play calling's helping them. You got Will McDonald in a wide 5. Why aren't you screening to that side?
Yes.
Why aren't you taking advantage of that?
Yes.
Why aren't you helping your guys in that way as well? So, look, again, I know I'm a local high school coach. I'm not going to pretend like I have all the answers. But at the end of the day, you're not going to fix this problem from a personnel standpoint. The only way to alleviate it a little bit is through scheme and play design, and they're not doing it. And if they're not going to do it, it's just going to continue to be a gaping hole and a problem.
All right, so Gerard Mayo today said that they're going back to Brissett. You did get a taste of Drake Maye late in the game there. He got hit a couple of times. They have to put Brissett out there, right? I mean, let me rephrase my question. How does Drake Maye develop continuously without actually playing in the games?
He has to continue to get starter reps in practice. They talked about that in the game last night. The Brissett's getting roughly 70% to his 30%. Something tells me as we go into week 5 and 6, that number's going to increase. And I do think they're eventually going to make the change. I think they're going to want to do it here. But let's be honest here. You don't make that change against the San Francisco 49ers. And I know they're banged up, and they might not be what they could be, but they're still better than the Patriots. And I think at the end of the day, you got to get through that game. Could you possibly entertain starting him against the Tua-less Dolphins in week 5? Yeah, that might be the sweet spot right there. But here's my other issue, Joe. Not only should you not start him this week, but why did you even play him that series last night? What did you want him to get a taste of what it feels like to get sacked by starters on an opposing defense? Why did you play him last night? If you're going to play him and take advantage of the situations. They had the ball inside the 30 with 30 seconds left. They don't call a timeout. Like, I don't understand why you would play the kid. He drives the ball a little bit. Why not give him a chance to try to score there?
And it's a chance to develop too. It's a chance to get him alone. All right, man. Yep. 30 seconds left. What are you seeing out there? What do you think we should run? Well, why don't we try this screen to the blitzing side? That's how I looked at it as, okay, developmental side, but they didn't do any development. So the whole thing about him going out there and playing, yeah, he's going to get crushed. That's not why I don't want him out there. I don't think he can develop with the way the team is set up right now.
No, I couldn't agree with you more. He's not going to have a chance to succeed with this offensive line. He's not going to have a chance to succeed with a receiving core that lacks that elite playmaker. The closest thing they have is Pop Douglas. And by the way, last night, Douglas finishes with 7 for 69. They sacrificed some of what their identity is to force feed him touches, and the end result was you scored 3 points. So, in my view, if you play Drake Maye, priority number 1 is protecting him, but priority number 2 has to be he's got to find a way to develop a role with Jalen Polk. You got to start playing Javon Baker more. Those guys have to become the centerpiece of your passing game. Pop Douglas, he's got to get on the same page as them. But again, if you can't protect the kid, he's not going to be able to do that. So I'm not sure when it's a good time to play him with the status of this offensive line. But at some point, they're not going to have a choice. They're going to have to.
All right, so Nick Bosa's in front of you. You got Javon Hargrave, Leonard Floyd, right? Fred Warner. How do they block those guys? Pray.
How much time do we have?
Pray? Are they going to pray? Like, for real. It's just that I don't understand how they rush for 170, 180, and then they go away from that to try to get guys the ball because they were upset they're not involved. Like, they bit the cheese on that.
Yes. Oh, 100%. I said that in a piece I wrote today, that if the focus became more about getting them the ball than executing a game plan. And look, this is who you are. What they did against Cincinnati and Seattle is what they're going to be all season long. Now, it's not going to be enough to win you enough games to be a playoff team. It's going to keep you in games. Now, part of that, too, is your defense is going to have to play much better. But the only way you survive that San Francisco game and don't get Brissett killed and or Drake May if he has to play is by running the football. You're going to have to slow the game down. You're going to have to run the football. You're going to have to get after Bosa, run at him to try to cool his ass off and slow him down. But I do think that's the only thing they do well right now, and they need to do that. They need to go back to the drawing board in that regard. Van Pelt talked about that today when he said that, well, geez, I wish I ran the ball more early. Yeah, no kidding. I wish you did too. But at the end of the day, that's their best shot, Joe. They've got to find a way to run the football, extend drives, be efficient in the passing game, because they're not going to be able to spread people out and throw the football with any success in a second and long or third and long situation.
All right, talking with John Sarianides of New England Football Journal. BC, Michigan State, red bandana game. What do you got for us?
Well, look, I like the Eagles in this game. I know Michigan State is coming in undefeated. No, I'm not playing the homer card because we cover them. No, I'm not sucking up to Bill O'Brien. I like Boston College in this game. This game reminds me a lot of that USC game 10 years ago. Saturday night special. USC comes into town, ranked in the top 10. BC beats them. Michigan State is not ranked in the top 10. As I mentioned, they do come in undefeated, but I think Boston College wins this game. Look, they played well enough to win last week. They gave up points in a couple of key spots there. Castellanos throws the 2 picks, but they played well enough to win. If you can go on the road and almost beat Missouri, who is a top 10 ranked team, you can take care of business in the red bandana game at home against Michigan State. Hat tip to Jonathan Smith. I think he's done a really nice job with that Michigan State program so far. But I think Boston College is better. I think that they take care of business, and I think they cover easily.
Hey, John, whatever happened with Hasselbeck's kid that committed to Michigan State? Where did he end up going?
He ended up at UCLA. He decommitted from Michigan State when Smith got the job, and he committed to Deshaun Foster in UCLA. He's out at UCLA.
Woof. They're not doing well right now.
They're not. He originally was going to play for Chip Kelly. Of course, Kelly left and went to Ohio State, but he honored his commitment.
Yeah, I wondered if he would have played for Michigan State. I just brought it up because why not BC, right? Who knows? Who knows what happens after Castellanos? But I agree with you. I took Missouri last week. They were up 13. BC got that late touchdown, but they were in there, man. And I think they run the ball well. And wow, isn't it funny? Bill O'Brien gets control of the team, can have a little bit of input on the offensive line, and BC was known as an offensive lineman school, and they've been running the ball very well. Is that Pete Kendall's kid, the center of the offensive line?
It is. It's true. Yep, it's Pete Kendall's son, Drew Kendall. Yep, wow. He played at Nobles, and then obviously he's at BC now.
Nice. Where are you at tonight?
Well, I just finished coaching in my game. KP Warriors 3-0 after a 28-7 win over Norwood. So
your old stomping grounds, huh? Wow, so you had a nice one tonight, huh? Against your old stomping grounds?
Against my old team, I was the head coach at Norwood for 4 years. Yeah, it was my first time back coaching against them. So it was bittersweet, but you know what? We got the win. We didn't play the cleanest of games. We got to play better. But we got the win, and we got a big one next week when Foxborough comes to town. That's a rivalry game for us.
Ooh. They still run, the team still run the old school offenses, or is it all like a shotgun guy?
No, we're living in the era of the spread now, man. We're a dinosaur in this world of spread football at KP. We're a multiple offense. We'll pound the ball, but we're living in the world of the spread now, my friend. Everybody wants to do hand signals and spray the ball all over the place.
Nice. Where you guys go? You got a lot of games tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we've got 8. We're covering 8 college games tomorrow, so it's going to be a busy day. It's going to be our busiest weekend of the regular season.
Starting to pick up big time here. Real quick, just before I let you go, Elliot Wolf. Skaz put the name Elliot Wolf in my head earlier, so now I can't get it out of my head. So every time I say it, but just
what you should do is whenever you think of Elliot Wolf, you should say that's my dog.
Yeah, well, that's my dog. Said he was happy and that any quarterback could play behind this line. How's that looking this day?
Not good. And look, I do think, though, I will say, and I'm not necessarily trying to defend him here, I do think it's important to realize, though, I think they did make a concerted effort in free agency. The Patriots are no longer a destination. Brady's gone, first and foremost. Belichick's gone. You're not winning anymore. You have a young quarterback that needs to develop. And I said this last night on our postgame live stream, and my co-host, John Lyons, was a little taken aback by my comment about how the reality is when it comes to finances, Massachusetts sucks, Joe. Guys don't want to come here and play because they're going to lose a lot of money in taxes.
Oh, boy.
So I'm not defending Wolf necessarily in some of the decision-making. All I'm saying is there were some factors that were going against him and against the front office this offseason. The Calvin Ridley situation is a prime example of that. Guys don't necessarily want to come here. Even next year, they're going to have a bunch of money in free agency that they can spend, but I still think they're going to have to retool this roster through the draft because that will probably be their best avenue to get elite-level talent.
I'll rephrase. Do you think it was worth going after a Jalen Polk instead of a tackle?
TBD, because, again, let's not forget, going into that draft, quarterback obviously was the number one priority. And while, yes, offensive tackle was a priority, we all said that we felt they needed to upgrade the receiver core, that had to be a position of emphasis in that draft. The problem with offensive tackle is, and this is true really in every draft the last 8 to 10 years, once you get into the second round, it really starts to drop after you get past the first 5 or 6 guys. Now, to your point, there were guys that they could have potentially taken there at that pick that probably could be playing for them. Kingsley Suamataia starting at left tackle for the Chiefs. They were in position to draft a guy like him. Obviously, they didn't, but that, to your point, yes, they could have gone in that direction ultimately, and maybe things would have been different.
All right, we'll leave it there. He's John Sarianides of New England Football Journal. He coaches at King Philip, and he beat his old school Norwood today.
And I'm outside of Parker's Pub.
He's going to go get some wings. Go say hi to TJ for us. John, appreciate it, man. We'll do it again next week.
All right, sounds good, brother. Have a good night, guys.
You got it. He's John Sarianides, New England Football Journal, everybody. We should just, start doing the show from Parker's Pub. Right? It's like, all right, KP1, everybody come on in. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about who play. Oh, could this kid play lineman for the Pats? That'd be funny, though. Friday night at Parker's?
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, literally Friday Night Lights. All right. Well, we got the musings coming up at the end of the I tease something. You tease something. We got a lot of teases going on. Hey, can we talk about Shohei Otani next? Let's change it up.
I think he deserves it.
Okay, we're going to talk about Shohei Otani coming up next here on the Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Patriots fell last night 24-3. They now have 10 days off before they take on the 49ers. Jacoby Brissett, today, according to Gerard Mayo, still the quarterback.
Supercuts. Real smart hair.
Everybody knows Joe.
Just keeps getting better.
Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Swing and a drive, deep right field. He has done it. It's the first time Otani in his career has had a 3-home run game. Can you believe this? 10 runs batted in for Otani. That's also a career high. 51 home runs for Shohei Otani.
All right, that is the call of Shohei Otani's 50th, 51 as well. 50-51. In what I think was the greatest game ever played. I'm hearing all these Babe Ruth comparisons. I will never disrespect Babe Ruth because I think he was the OG. I don't think Babe Ruth was this. I think the heroes get remembered, legends never die. Like, I don't want to do the comparison thing. What I want to do is, was this the best performance ever in a baseball game? Otani went 6 for 6. No player in baseball history had hit 3 homers and had stolen bases in a game. And Otani did that on Thursday. No player had collected more total bases, 17, in a multi-steal game. These are the names he beat. Kirk Gibson, Roth, like big names like that. No player since at least 1901 had collected at least 5 hits, hit multiple home runs, and stolen bases in the same game. And Opta Sports, since the RBI became an official stat in 1920, only one major league player has ever had a game with 10 or more RBI, 6 or more hits, 5 or more extra base hits, 3 or more home runs, and 2 or more stolen bases. The only player ever to do it in one game was Shohei Otani. So I ask you, James Scaramazino, was this the best performance in a single game in history?
Yeah, I think it's hard to disagree with. I think he's the best player in the history of the sport. And just 2 more notes on the game. September 19th, 2023, Shohei Otani had his elbow surgery. September 19th, 2024, he goes 51-50. He's a freak. He is a one-of-one, generational. And just to put it in context, too, he got to 50-50 in 153 games. Jose Canseco got to 44 in 154. Ronald Acuna Jr. got to 40-40 in 154.
Last year.
Barry Bonds got to 40-40 in 160 games. So he got to 50-50 quicker
surgery.
Than anyone's ever gotten to 40-40.
Off of surgery.
He's the best player ever. I used to think that Gretzky there would never be anyone that was as, compared to NHL superstars, Gretzky is a notch above all of them. The separation between the best players and Gretzky, that gap, I never thought anyone would have that gap over their respected peers. But I think Otani does because of the pitching. I heard that he's been throwing bullpens, and there's a small chance he pitches this postseason. I don't think that's going to happen, but this guy is, he's a freak. He's the best baseball player that's ever lived.
Can I tell you why I think this might be the best game ever? I was a kid. 02. I can't remember. Was it 02? Remember Sean Green? Nice player for the Dodgers. He went 6 for 6 in a game. He had 19 total bases. It's an all-time single game record. Only these players have done that. 6 for 6. Anthony Rendon, Edgardo Alfonso, Jimmy Fox, and Ty Cobb. They all had 6 for 6 games. All of them had fewer bases than Green and Otani. So although Sean Green's performance was outstanding, but we're talking about, and Sean Green was an all-star. Fine, nice player. We don't talk about Sean Green, though. You know who we're going to talk about for a long, long time? Shohei Otani. Gote Otani? Oh, Gotani? Let's hit the musings here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Take a quick break. I'm Joe Murray here on the Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
Guy.com, because winter's coming fast.
Felger and Maz are just his pregame.
They've been getting wholesale deals for years.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hall.
Unrelated to sports, so sit back, relax, and get your mind in the game and listen to the words of a grown man complaining.
And Syracuse on one television, and at halftime it's Nebraska, Illinois.
Day, can't grab food. Now, this is no Noodle Tuesday. But Joe, this is not something that just happened to me here, but it's happened a couple times in the last few months. You go to order food, and I'm not talking about a big chain or anything like that. This could be mom and pop, anything. And you go to place an order online, create an account. Create an account. Create an account. Why? Why do I have to create an account for every random place that I might place one order at, so they can get my information, get my email, send me flyers and stuff? I don't want to create an account.
I don't just want to order food.
Just let me place the order and get my food. I'll pay, I'll tip, I'll do everything. Why do I have to create an account for every single individual place I want to order food from? I need an account now. I'm out on accounts.
Yeah, I'll get one for you. You know what? I have hooked up on like my phone and my computer. I don't know where this came from, but whenever like I go on to something, let's say The Athletic, all of a sudden it goes, do you want to log in? And it has Google or whatever. So I hit my Gmail and it just creates an account right like that. But the thing is, when you go to log in next time, I don't know my code because they created the account for me.
Out.
Oh yeah, but it's great though. Like sometimes I just hit my email. Okay, great. And then I get a notification on my phone. Is this you? What's the number? Okay, great. Okay, gotcha. So now it's even authenticated now. So you have to create an account and get authenticated.
Get the text, get the code.
Just to get a wrap and some chips.
Just let me order the food, pay for it, and we'll go our separate ways. I don't want to create an account.
All right, I got one for you. This was controversial today, and one Kendra Middleton got in the mix of this one. There's this Twitter handle I like to follow called Food Porn. That is the Be a Man guy for times like these. So I tagged him. I texted him. And I asked him, bone in or out on chicken and waffles? And he said, out on bones. So, like, why am I eating, like, don't you want the syrup?
You're just creating extra work.
Waffle? Like, now I got to cut around the bone? I'm out.
Out.
Give me the waffle and some tendies with some syrup, and I'll walk away. Yes, Crazy Good Chicken's outstanding. Have you ever had that? They have this bowl of cheese that you can just dip your burger in. Oh, so good. What else do I got? Oh, the Hawk Tua girl went 0 for 8 on her picks. I got to tell you.
That's kind of impressive.
I used to do a betting league with my friends, and the first and second place would always win, but we'd always pay last place because it's so hard to come in last place.
It's tough to do.
So, like, everyone's the Hawk.
Trying to do that.
No, you can't. You could be trying and go 0 and 3. But if you don't know anything and go 0 for 8, that's like
tip of the cap.
So I get, in a way, like, it's respect. I get this girl. I gotta tell you.
Can I just say, Joe, if you're going to the Hawk Tua girl for your gambling picks, maybe that says more about you.
Well, now I'm going to use this as a data point. I would like to follow Hawk Tua's picks as a data point. If she's really bad, now we got ourselves.
We got our own bartender, Joe.
Exactly. Now we know who to fade. See, I take everyone's picks. Everyone's got a pick. And there's some guys who just aren't winners, man. It just happens.
You're staring at one, Joe. You're looking right at one.
No. There are some guys that I know, guys that they're born losers.
Well, I know. Lifshatz and our good buddy Trent. Trent is kind of known as someone who struggles.
Oh yeah, he struggles. But there are just some born losers out there, and you just know it. It's like, dude, I love the Pats this week against the Jets. I'm like, calling the book already. Like, hey, bro, what you got? Can you give me a 6? Can I get a 6 on that Jets, please? Not the half.
The hook wasn't doing anybody any favors last night.
People bit the cheese, guys. They bit it. Hook, line, and sinker in the books. I bet you this week how all that played out. Some people are born losers, though. It's so true. What's today's date? Oh, I wanted to lead off tonight's birthday. Happy birthday to one Red Auerbach.
Yes, that's where I was going to start as well.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Born on this day in 1917.
Really? I didn't know it was a 1917 thing going on there. All right.
Tyson Jake Paul fight. I wouldn't hold your breath on that one.
Gary Cole, 6. Let's see. Oh, Khabib Nurmagomedov, 36 years old today.
One John Tavares' 34th birthday.
Oh. Trayvon Diggs, 26 years old today.
Here's a guy who might have enjoyed the dynamic kickoff. It is one Dante Hall's birthday today.
Yeah.
I loved Dante Hall when I was younger. The human joystick.
That dude could run. They used him out of the backfield a ton, too. Who else we got? Not a big birthday day today. Gary Cole, 68 years old. That's all I got, man.
Are you familiar with Arn Anderson?
The wrestler?
It is Arn Anderson's birthday today.
Double A Arn Anderson, part of the Four Horsemen.
Well, there you go. I never heard of him.
Oh.
Big boy?
This is no. Him and Ric Flair best friends. He I can't talk about it on the radio.
Old school wrestling days?
Oh, dude. This is like, someone pulls up to your car and threatens you. What do? Well, Arn Anderson will tell you what he does.
Oh, he looks like an offensive lineman.
He was they called him the enforcer, Arn Anderson. Again, part of the Four Horsemen. His kid wrestles now. He was in AEW. He managed Cody. I don't know what he's doing now, but yeah, he's one of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time.
Apparently, he was working for AEW until May of this year.
Yep.
And then he stepped away.
Yeah, I think he's done some stuff with Cody, who's now the champ. These guys get Legends contracts now with WWE, so it's like if you're not part of AEW, but let's just say that Arn Anderson, dude, I would not mess with that guy.
Looking at his picture, I certainly would not mess with him either.
Keep reading. Just keep reading. Remember Johnny Gomes? Remember when Johnny Gomes you go to grocery store?
What are you going to do, man?
No, this dude he knows what to do.
Oh, so it does say in August 3rd, 2024, he made an appearance at SummerSlam in a backstage event with Cody Rhodes.
There you go.
And told Cody Rhodes he would not be facing the Bloodline alone. So he's back.
He's got his back, huh? I like that. Double A, Arn Anderson. His kid's a pretty good wrestler, too.
How old do you think Arn Anderson is?
Well, how old's Flair? I'm going to say he's 65.
Almost right on the money, Joe. He is 66 years.
Like, for a dude who wasn't, he's not cut. Like, if you see his body, he's just
He looks like a lineman, kind of.
He's not fat.
No, not at all. Not fat at all.
He's just not really cut. He's just a big dude. I love Double A Arn Anderson. Just got the Be a Man guy just tagged me again. Out on Bones. The headlines here. I'm Joe Murray here on the Sports Hub.
WBZ FM and HD Boston. We've got the Patriots covered.
Back in the home. He's in trouble. A sack.
It's an all-new season for the Pats, and you'll hear it all right here. 98.5, the Sports Hub, a Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, looking at the Red Sox right now, bottom of the ninth inning, 1-1. Trevor Story, of course, the RBI single. In this one, Dick Fitz got the start. See how this one finishes, but they could use a win to make some things interesting. Patriots 24-3 losers last night to the Jets. They prepare now for who? The San Francisco 49ers. A.J. Brown not going to play this week, and neither is Keenan Allen or David Njoku. T. Higgins plans to play on Monday. And a couple of quarterback notes. Justin Herbert dealing with a high ankle sprain. Not to mention Jordan Love still wants to play this weekend. And Joel Embiid signed a new deal worth $193 million. Headlines. They are brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss with a 98% customer satisfaction rating and thousands of 5-star reviews. You too will succeed. Awaken180weightloss.com. I'm Joe Murray. Next update, 30 minutes.
Let's talk turkey, shall we?
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, in the sports industry, that's what you say.
Got your talking head right here, buddy. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Final hour here in the night show. 4th and Friday. That got me going there, Skaz. I'm not going to lie to you. People love that on a Friday. So you got me curious, man. What do you got for me? What you got for me? What you got for me? What you got?
Well, Joe, it's been a while since we've done Merce Steaks.
Oh, yeah!
It's been a while.
It really has been a while.
It's been a while. You've been pretty clean. I haven't really caught any during the show.
Oh, I had one tonight, though?
No, Joe, you did not. But one Jeremy Conley is always listening.
Oh, what did I do?
And I received an email at 1 a.m. last night.
Oh, really?
And so, Joe Murray.
Let's hear it. Merce Steaks.
Here you go.
That was the Unclogging of the Gaps, brought to you by Eastern Mass's leader in drain cleaning and pipelining. Drains by James. Slow drain, clog drain. You need to contact Drains by James today at drainsbyjames.com. They give up hope about your tires. And they were trying to clog the lanes tonight at least. They give up hope about your tires.
Yeah, we've lost him. A very excited Jeremy Conley sent me that. He goes, Joe has no idea he's just done this.
Today at drainsbyjames.com, they give up hope about your tires. Why am I laughing at that? Why? I was laughing when I said it. Oh, he's... Stop laughing for a minute. Wait a second. They give up poop about what, though? Hang on. They give up hope about your tires. Where did tires come from? They give a poop about your pipes, right?
I've been laughing to myself all day, just waiting.
Oh, my God.
You're not going to slip anything by Jeremy Conley.
No.
Certainly not.
Howie was here, too. I wonder if he's dead now, too, from that one. Oh, my God. Oh, that was during postgame, too? It was on the network. It was on, like, 50 stations.
The boys in the back enjoyed that one. And good on them for not saying a word.
Wow, that's loyalty, man. Whew. Man, you ever laugh so hard it hurts? Oh, Merce Steaks. And, they give up hope about your tires. Why tires, Joe? Why do we? Why does Drains by James give a poop about my tires? It's so stupid. It's funny.
And you didn't think about it for a second.
Not 1 second.
Never thought about it again.
Nope, not 1 second. Oh man. Oh, I'm hurting. I'm hurting inside right now from laughter. You got to throw that somewhere. Like you got.
Oh, we're holding on to that one.
Yeah, that was. And now here's Joe on something. We give a poop, or if I don't know. It will work. Maybe we'll talk rubber or something. Oh man, that was funny. Maybe not. Maybe other people didn't find that funny, but I did. We haven't done it mistakes in a long time, huh?
No, you've been pretty clean, Joe, lately. Unfortunately for us.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You've been pretty good.
Just, that had to be at like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it was. The email I got was like 1:15 or something.
Okay, yeah. So it was after midnight. So they give a poop about your tires. Oh man, you guys have been waiting on that one all day. Give a poop about your tires. JP, what's up, buddy?
It's definitely Marconi material. I mean, it's no La Marquia Realty, Joe, but you did say fork and knife tonight, too, so you might want to pull that take, Skaz, if you can find it, because it didn't quite sound as clean as it sounded just now.
It's so funny that you say that, because after I said it, I went, oh, boy.
Oh, I caught it, Joe. We all caught it. 10-17, you sent it off the rails tonight, Joe. Very great. So, did you say the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, Ole and Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and Ric Flair? Oh, my God, an old guy just got happy. Bringing that up. You got to explain that one to Skaz. Jack Witchy days, Joe.
Yeah, and I love the Four Horsemen, man. Double A Arn Anderson, one of my favorite. I got his Galoob wrestling figure as well.
Poor Arn. He forgot that reality and wrestling weren't quite the same thing. He's had some issues, Skaz. Yes. You got to Google him.
Yeah.
Joe, going to Salem.
Ooh, Salem, Mass.
We're going to Salem for lunch.
Okay.
Last Sunday, I didn't get to tell you, Mission Boathouse in Beverly.
Yep.
Joe, the best deal in the world, $19.99 for the brunch. Oh, my God. I was in heaven, Joe.
Yeah,
looked like a big shot. Got out for under $60 with mimosas.
Wow. I live about 1.5 miles away from there, so I might have to check that out.
And that's beautiful. Walked around the pier and everything. Great area. Went over to the park over there. I forget the name of it. Very fancy park on the water in Beverly.
There's a good dive bar right across the street called the Anchor.
Joe, I wear gel in my hair and cologne, and I'm Italian from Providence. Dive bars and me don't work, Joe. Sorry. Unless there's a pool table. Is there a pool table?
No. Where are you going in Salem?
I don't know. I've never been before, but she's North Shore from Lynn, so every weekend we go Gloucester, Rockport, Newburyport. We're going to go to Salem. I need a place, Joe. You're the man.
What are you feeling? Because if I'm going to Salem,
I'm feeling under 100, Joe.
Okay. Really? Honest to God, do you like Mexican?
Mexican's good. She likes seafood. I don't eat seafood, so
let me just take my word for it. You might gonna have to find parking.
You don't even have to say take my word, Joe. Come on, we all take your word.
It's a Tex-Mex, so it's not like fully the authentic Mexican. It's very good. It's called Howling Wolf. It's right downtown.
Howling Wolf.
It's right downtown. Very affordable.
Nice.
Very good. They have a nice little bar area for some drinks if you'd like. But
can I drop your name?
No, they don't. No, I don't know if they know me. It's not one of those spots.
Okay.
But yes.
Howling Wolf. I'll do it, Joe. Give you feedback next week. I got to give you credit. I don't know how you're going to do after Patriot games all season, Joe.
Well, I don't know.
The Rev talk was better than the Patriots talk. Seriously.
Well, last night we made it through, but yeah, the 49ers game it's going to be like 7:30 on a Sunday. We're going to go till probably at 10:30, 11. Yeah, it's going to be a tough night.
Well, if anybody can do it, you can handle it. Thanks for the tip, Joe. Great show tonight.
All right, dude.
JP.
Hey, JP.
I'm here, guys.
I was just told a caller just called in and wanted us to let you know that there is a food truck festival in Salem this weekend.
Oh,
Yeah.
Outstanding. Tips for JP. Great.
Yes. One more thing. You got to go to Salem. Go to Salem Willows. Do the walk. They have nice little.
Okay, Salem Willows do the walk.
Yeah,
okay.
They have like an arcade there and little shops, and you know what I mean, little things like that. Just you'll like the Willows. It's on the water. You'll like it, and they have a very good little fried, seafood shack right there too.
Perfect. I love walking around. When you say arcade, Joe, real quick, we're not talking arcade like Old Orchard Beach, and I got to spend $80 to try to drop a 3-pointer to win a stuffed animal arcade.
This is like skee ball from the '80s, Karate Kid style.
Oh, nice. Thanks for the tips, guys. We'll let you know.
All right, thank you. All right. Food truck tomorrow, huh?
Love a caller calling in to give JP a heads up. It's a good caller.
Why don't you call to give us the heads up?
Yeah.
Show's off the rails now, right?
You want to hear from our buddy, the Colts fan, after the break?
Okay, let's talk to Bob for a second. Bob, hi, Bob.
Hey, Mr. Murray, I enjoy your program, and I like you because you make references and talk about wrestling. I just wanted to ask one question.
Yes.
Back many years ago, there were certain wrestlers that rumor had it they could bench press, like Tony Atlas. They could bench press 750 pounds, depending on the wrestler. Was that true, or was that just kind of talked about? I'm just curious.
I don't know, but I will tell you this. I wouldn't be surprised if Mark Henry could, and I probably wouldn't be surprised if John Cena could.
Yes. I was just curious. That's all.
But yeah, Tony Atlas, I'd believe it, right? He's huge.
Absolutely.
That's the whole thing about wrestling. It might not be true, but if you believe it, go with it.
Yes, sir. Oh, just trying to.
I know you got you got your radio on, bro.
That just.
All right, thanks, Bob. See, it's all in the mind, man. You know, when Braun Strowman threw that guy through a car the other night, was it? Did he pick up a car? I believe it. All right, we got to hear from. We'll do a little NFL stuff. Our guy has a song. You know who we're talking about. We'll tell you who he is next here on the Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on.
This is our Colts. This is our team. We bleed blue. How about the cheerleaders getting in on that one? So this dude has gotten over so well that now he's got the cheerleaders cheering for them. They could use a win, right? 0-2 to start the year. Now at home as 1-point favorites off a team, off of Sunday Night Football. Now goes on the road. Back-to-back road games there. I like the Colts, but I didn't tell you that. I like the Colts. Now that one, I watched that last week. It was the Rams and Cardinals. Remember that? The home team won. It's a one again. I like to follow those trends there, Skez. That guy, man, huh?
And good for him. He's getting endorsed by the team now. They're sending cheerleaders to record the videos with him.
Do the Patriots have anyone like that anymore? Like, is there a fan? Like last night, it was Fireman Ed.
What a tool! What an unbelievable tool. You ever seen Fireman Ed put out a fire before?
No.
Me neither. Didn't the Jets kick Fireman Ed out too at one point?
No, he quit.
Oh,
the butt fumble.
He was too embarrassed.
The butt fumble was it for him. He actually was away for a while too. But like he was featured on Amazon Live.
Yeah, out on that.
But to the Pats, I guess they had that.
The silver face guy. I always think
is he still there though? Like, you know. Jeremy has checked in. The Jeremy Conley. He goes, dude, Kevin and I caught it, but we couldn't tell you. He goes, oh, your reaction was great. I was watching on YouTube. If we get those kind of moments again post-game, I'm going to send them to Skaz. Good.
Always thankful.
Good. No.
Always appreciative.
We're always looking for content. Can we hear it again? So again, we do these segments where we, like this one was the unclogging of the drains, which is brought to you by Drains by James, who give a poop about your pipes, but I said something else. That was the unclogging of the gaps, brought to you by Eastern Mass's leader in drain cleaning and pipelining, Drains by James. Slow drain, clog drain. You need to contact Drains by James today at drainsbyjames.com. They give a poop about your tires. It's so stupid. It's so funny.
That was very Glasheen-esque.
Yeah. They give a poop about your tires? What was I thinking about? Like, what was I thinking about? I have no tires? Where did that come from? Anyways. What should we do now? Oh, do we have Joe Me the Money?
It's Friday night, Joe. You tell me.
Oh, we got some picks for the weekend. Joe Me the Money coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Red Sox were in extra innings. Oh, they are now. Bottom of the 10th. Tied at 1. Twin season on the line. Runner on third. 1 out. It should be a Shabuzi.
Are you ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Here it is. Show me the money.
Spot for a Glock. I took a long overfloss, but still got a knock.
Money! Jerry, does that make you feel good just to say that? Say it with me one time, Jerry.
Show you the money.
Oh, no, you can do better than that, Jerry. I want you to say it with meaning, brother. Hey, I got Bob Sugar on the other line. I better hear you say it.
Yeah, no. Show you the money.
Not show you. Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Yeah. Louder.
Show me the money.
That's it, brother, but you got to yell at me.
Show me the money.
I need to feel you, Jerry.
Show me the money.
Jerry, you better yell. Show me the money. Here comes the...
Show me the money. I got picks this weekend in college football and also in the NFL. So let's go to college tomorrow, 3:30 at the Big House. 2-0 USC goes to Michigan. Michigan has struggled to score this year, but still boasts a pretty good defense. This kid Moss for USC now goes on the road to the Big House. The line was 5.5. It's now down to 4.5, so I'm getting a bad line. But give me Michigan to cover tomorrow against USC plus 4.5. Ring the bell. That's a big one there. Moving on. Another one at 4 p.m., a big one. Utah goes to Oklahoma State. So just to set this one up, Utah has a quarterback named Cam Rising. Oklahoma State has a quarterback named Alex Bowman. Both are 25 and 26 years old and have played 7 years of college football. Utah is a 1-point favorite, ranked 12th in the country and projected to win their conference this year. I'm going Oklahoma State plus the 1 at home. Cam Rising's off an injury. Great player, great coach. Love what Bernard has been doing as a running back for Utah. But I'm going Ollie and Bowman. Give me the Cowboys. Where's Bryson? Ring the bell. Mike Gundy, I'm a man.
Is that the quarterback matchup where they're like 46 years old or something?
Yeah, 25. They look like Pirates. One more on the day in college football. Tennessee goes to Oklahoma. Josh Heupel, former Oklahoma Sooner, now the head coach of Tennessee, brings his 3-0 record to Oklahoma. This quarterback from Tennessee, Nico Iamaleava, outstanding. 700 yards already through the air, 6 touchdowns. The spread right now is Tennessee 6.5. There is a live home dog here. But you know what? I think Tennessee wins this one. I'm taking it at 6.5. Give me the Volunteers to go into Norman and win tomorrow night on the road. Got anything on that game, guys? That's a big boy right there.
Would you say Tennessee is better this year than they were last year?
Yeah.
Who was their quarterback last year?
I think it was Joe Milton.
Is it odd that a team would lose an NFL caliber quarterback and get better? Just wondering for all those people that are clamoring for Joe Milton. Just a question.
All right, here's one pick. No one's going to like it. Packers go to the Titans on Sunday. Still don't know who the quarterback's going to be, by the way.
Apparently, Jordan Love is now questionable.
I don't care who the quarterback is. Give me Tennessee minus the 3. Ring the bell.
Andy Dalton.
He is playing for the Panthers, right?
Didn't you just say Packers-Panthers? No, what was the game you said? Titans, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Will Levis.
There are some people who like the Panthers this weekend. Not me, though.
No, not me either.
I'm going Colts with our boy, We Bleed Blue. -1. We can ring that one. Couple others here. Ooh, show me the money. Here comes the money. This one's controversial. It's a Monday nighter. Bills at home. Guess what the spread is? 5. Guess who the underdog is? The Jaguars. Who needs a win? Who's going to take the Jags? Joe Murray will, +5. Ring that bell. I've looked at a couple other things in the NFL this week, but I'm going to...
Now, I don't want to pick, but just Bengals Commanders.
Our buddy Sammy P likes the Commanders to cover.
Bengals, they need a win. But Jaden Daniels has been the best rookie QB so far. That's not saying much.
It's not.
But he has been the best rookie QB so far.
Can the Ravens go on the road and beat the Cowboys? The Cowboys are not a good home team. You know, it's the first time Lamar Jackson and Dak Prescott have ever played against each other. I like the Ravens. But you know what? I've liked the Ravens every week, Skaz.
I liked him in week 1.
I liked them in week 2. They're 1-point favorites on the road. I'm taking the Ravens. I'm not going to ring it, though. Not going to ring it. You know what's another one I'm kind of interested in? The Seahawks off a win. Was the last week the get-right game for them? Do they roll the Dolphins now? And I still keep staring at that Rams home dog 6.5. Did you know what the last week home dogs was 6.5? You saw what they did, right? Or just underdogs in general.
It's like 8-0 or something.
And it's just 6.5, and they have the Patriots on deck. Because you know what the Patriots will be next week for the 49ers. The get-right game. I don't know if I can take the Rams, but Skaz, that is one that I have circled. You know what's another one? Cardinals getting 3 at home, too. Like, the Lions aren't playing in a dome. They got to go on the road against a fast team on grass. So, and how do the Falcons do on Sunday Night Football after Monday Night Football on a short week? And now the Chiefs have to go on the road. First road game of the year for the Chiefs. So that's what I'm interested in. I just don't like the Chiefs as a 3-point favorite on the road. But that's Joe Me the Money, everybody. I gave you my picks. Ready to roll into the weekend. So we'll leave it at that. We will wrap this show up here on the other side. Anything we've missed, what's ahead, we got it all for you coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
Patriots.org/Boston.
Around here, we call them the Joe Murray Pre-Party. It's Felger and Maz afternoons right now. Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
All right, final segment here, 98.5 The Sports Hub. I recognize this, but I can't pinpoint it.
This is Arn Anderson. Joe is.
There it is. I knew it.
WCW, apparently. This was his theme.
Don't ever roll your window down around him. About to post an article soon about the Bad Blood PLE. They call them premium live events now instead of pay-per-views. So, got an interesting game going on here right now between Stanford and Syracuse, huh? The Cuse up 24-23. Just about 40 seconds left in the game. And they interviewed Syracuse coach, and he goes, so how are you going to win this game? He goes, we have to score more points than them. So they have 24 points, and Stanford has 23. Stanford, an ACC school, everybody. By the way, I have to mention this as we go into college football this weekend. This kid, Raiola, for Nebraska, is a stud muffin. He is incredible. And he's a Mahomes wannabe. He wears the headband. He's got the crazy hair. He wears the same number. Dylan Raiola is his name. So far tonight, he's 20-29, 260 yards, 3 touchdowns. And this is the kid that went to Nebraska to turn their program around. Like, how many Martinez's went there? Right? This is the kid. The kid who looks like Patrick Mahomes. I love watching big programs. I think it's good for programs like Nebraska to be back. Colorado, for that matter. Like USC, Michigan this week. USC should be the favorite. I just think Michigan's going to keep it close. Like Notre Dame being good. These programs in college being good is good for the game. Just like the Red Sox, when they are doing well, it's good for baseball. The Yankees, same thing. The Sox are now in the top of the 12th inning there, Skaz, just in case you are following along. I know you care so much. Are they still in this thing?
I don't think so. I mean, I guess technically, mathematically, yes, but I don't know. This Twins team is not that good, and you're in the 12th inning fighting for your season, and Alex Cora has expended just about every bullpen arm possible, so good luck tomorrow. Who's ever pitching tomorrow, you're in for a long one.
The Red Sox struck out 19 times tonight. How does that? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So 7 innings worth of strikeouts? That's Joe math, right? They've struck out seven innings worth.
6 full innings, yes.
6 full innings of strikeouts. I don't know why that stood out to me. 19 strike. They could strike out more. Anyways.
The Twins have first and third with no outs.
Oh, great. The Patriots are who we thought they were. And it's not going to get any better. If I was a tackle, I would start. You ever watch Half Baked and he goes to jail and he just starts Xing out Nasty Nate's name all the time? I'd be doing that to Bosa. Like, that's the guy you're going to have to try to stop this week. Nick Bosa, Malik Collins, Javon Hargrave, Leonard Floyd, Devondre Campbell, Fred Warner, Charvarius Ward. Like, how are the Patriots going to stop these guys? It's not going to get better. And I'll just keep saying this. Everyone mentions Matt Patricia. You all do it. Matt Patricia and Joe Judge through 3 games, 63 points. Bill O'Brien in 2023, 52 points. But Alex Van Pelt through 3 games, 39.
It's a chunky. Uh-oh, you got a chunky.
The last time they did this, 2003, they struggled. That was that was the Super Bowl year, but they scored 40 points, but they had a hell of a defense. And then I might have been was it Pete Carroll? I couldn't remember. Oh no, this was Belichick's first year. They scored 41 points the first 3 games with Bledsoe. And they've scored fewer than 23 points in 32 of their last 37 games during this time period since 2022. It's horrible. And just to compare, Mac Jones, his first 3 games a year ago, 748 yards, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. This is where Jacoby Brissett's at through 3 games. 368 yards, 1 touchdown. 1 touchdown in 3 games? 1? I probably should add sacks to that number, huh? Who do you think was sacked more, Brissett or Mac Jones through 3 games?
I would guess Brissett.
Yeah. 5 in 1 game is not great.
2-1 Twins.
And the lights went out.
And the lights may have gone out on the Red Sox season.
That might have been the sign, Skaz.
That was the sign.
The lines just went out. The lights just went out in our studio, which meant the lights have gone out on the Red Sox season. I asked if they could get us to Sunday. Maybe they'll get us to tomorrow, but nope. Couldn't even get us there. All right, we got a full week next week? No?
We got a Bruins game Tuesday night show.
Oh, my God. The Bruins are back, and they play on Sunday as well. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out with us.